Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry, we had to take care of a couple things before and make sure everything was ready and set up, but welcome back to the next session of And We Went Out Roving, where there's been a bit of a development in the minds and in the world itself, or at least in terms of for our PCs who have discovered some interesting information about what has been going on within the world itself.
Give people a couple of seconds to get in chat. Get comfy.
Yep.
We will.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone gets it in. Always make sure you have some water, tasty beverage, pop some popcorn, grab some snacks.
Yeet.
Get comfy.
Get your cats, your dogs. Because
Your ferrets, weasels, furry friends, all the above.
I'm spamming the link everywhere.
yeah.
Whoops, that's
quick.
not where I meant to put it. I meant to put it in
Tumblr
this
will
chat.
automatically post at 10 o'clock. I delayed it for an hour, so.
There it is. I just noticed you put that quote in the Cobalt server too.
Yeah.
You're the
Did I
fucking
miss
male
the
wife.
LP? How did I miss the M key? What the hell is up with me? Once again, our opening music is thanks to Boneless, which we will have an exciting announcement on Wednesday for us all regarding an official Awwor EP.
Ooh.
So stay tuned, gang. I might have done some vocals for a bit.
Oh.
Yay.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
Yeet.
Oh, shit. Phone call.
Uh-oh.
Give me 5 seconds, gang.
No, you're good. Okay, quick. While they're not looking, let's go ahead and just start rearranging some stuff. Okay.
I need things to be operating properly. Thank you very much. I will
I'm
not
not
have
going-
chaos in my D&D game.
Not in my
all.
good Christian
Okay.
D&D
No-
session.
Okay, no chaos that anyone besides you is causing. Got it.
But I'm a chaos player. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
You already had your quota for the month.
The
You started a
month?
quote.
Oh, I'm
You
fucked.
started a quote.
Oh, I'm fucked. Hey, that was last month. That means it's
Well,
refreshed.
That is true. That is technically true. I think since this since this is technically the first of the Awwor streams for the month itself, so your quota has been refilled.
Yippee!
Oh, boy.
Okay, wait. DM. Do I get an extra chaos exception because next weekend is my birthday?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I just had my birthday.
Yeah, that means I have to
so
give one to Midge too.
Yeah, give one to Midge. Give one to Midge too. Chaos birthday exception.
It's like birthday tax, birthday tax, birthday tax.
Birthday tax.
Fine.
Yay!
Yay! we get the birthday tax. And
Plus
I
one.
seem to be missing more and more of my there it is. It was under the keyboard.
I mean, I was waiting for for the actual characters' birthdays in game, but although
I
granted that is coming up very shortly for Alligan
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which wasn't
I-
intentional.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about too much because my birthday and Raya's birthday is around the same time. So
I think I made mine and Corbin's different, but I can't remember where.
it'll be
Where
chaos
is
for us,
the-
probably.
Yeah. Here's the birthday chat. Where did I make it? So I did Myrtle. Yeah, it was tech. Technically, Corbin's birthday is in real life was the 7th if we count it as real life, but it's different than mine. I made it same month as my mom's birthday unintentionally.
Small things like that can happen.
Yeah.
Well, and Faerunian calendars are weird because they have the 10-day week.
True.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's why everyone in Baldur's Gate says something something in a 10-day
Yeah.
because it's 10-day weeks like the original calendars in real life were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's before we moved to the Gregorian calendar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just get like the slowest of blanks. Just like, huh? Wait, so that means 30, 60. Hold on. I need to do some math. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300, 330, 360.
Yep.
So that's 360 days.
Yep, precisely. It's calendars are messy at even the best of times, so hence why they adding in some for simplicity factor, like hence like most places will do like the 10-day week or similar. Simply for ease of keeping track of. Because there's enough other stuff that goes on within the Faerunian world that there's like keeping 10 days and like at least knowing exactly how things are going to turn around is instead of having to account for leap years and for anything else in 7 days a week and doing math at that point in time makes things a little bit more hectic.
It also makes it
Alright.
weird when you're like trying to calculate the ages of like past individuals because then it gets all funky because you're like, which calendar were they using?
Also true.
I'm trying to figure out ages for like Corbin's what did I drop for Corbin's things, but it's like can't figure out things. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Sorry about that, gang.
No, you're good.
We were quite fine. All right, I think it's been enough a couple minutes for everyone to kind of come in, get settled,
Yeah.
and things themselves. So, yes, hello and everyone, welcome back to the and we went out roving stream, where these fun-loving group of characters traverse through the silly realm of Faerun, where nothing at all bad could possibly ever go wrong.
Ever.
Right?
Never.
Mhm.
Not us.
Us?
To recap from last time, the group made their way into the hamlet of Opal, where being led by the individual known as Trevilia, or Triv as they prefer to go, and to introduce them and marked out a couple of different locations on their map and in their way when they're descending down into the hamlet, including that of the commissary, the Faint Prospect Inn, Thulin's Bins, Trapjaw, as well as also the apothecary of one the DC Spore Sage, who the primary group had primarily come to go and see and to aid in the restoration and alleviation of a particular plague that had somehow sprung up that was having difficulties being contained, primarily due to the intervention of some unwitting kobolds because of their own issues, but as well as also because of the fact that it ended up being a particularly virulent and perhaps darker thing. The group had made their way to after parting ways with Trevilia, they made their way to the Faint Prospect Inn, where they purchased rooms and rents for the evening. Although a group of individuals seemed to have taken notice of Raya at the point in time, or at least the pin on his scarf, and not wanting to draw any more attention to himself, attempted to abscond out the window and across the roof, forgetting that this is an area of a swamp and grassy and soggy meadows and not necessarily the cleanly kept city cobblestones and rooftop tiles. Barely hanging on to and scraping and scrabbling across the rooftop, Raya fell from the building top, but was able to catch themselves before and not make any further noise, and having a conversation with Safi then at that point in time before the group departed from the Faint Prospect Inn and made their way towards the Spore Sage. Along the way, they stopped within the Root and Apple Commissary, where they encountered a small bogwoad who had been there and was stuck in a large, oversized pot, unable to free themselves from it. And the group, providing aid to this creature, it thanked and welcomed them and offered them food for whatever they would so desire, as well as providing at least a few gifts in terms of the things in the essence of good berries, as well as also particularly memory eliciting spices and leaves from the actual hut itself. Parting ways, the group made their way towards the apothecary, where they came upon a fairly grisly sight. A number of people up and out and about, walking around on their own power outside of this a larger encampment or tent, while the interior of which had a number of fairly sickly individuals, black spots covering most of their skin, and to Allegan, a very familiar odor, having dealt with it a couple different times within the studying of the university's medical exams rooms, and recognizing that the plague itself was a form of zombie rot. Warning the party away from it at this point in time to help as an individual begin to thrash and cough up black mucus and lungs and begin to, their skin splitting open. Between Allegan and the Spore Sage, they were able to help alleviate the individual under this current effect, but in the process of saving their life, a ward or a rune triggered on Allegan's skin, and with a flare of magical power, a skeleton ripped their way out of one of the nearby bodies itself, like killing the individual within, and a skeletal form wreathed in these blackened and bluish flames arose from out of it and proceeded to do combat with the group, launching bony talons at Allegan and leaving heavy gashes across a couple of the other individuals before the group was able to dispatch it. Now, though, a heavy conversation is being had outside of the building itself between all the parties involved, and as well as a decision as to what is the best way to move forward at this point. With that, then, you're all in the midst of having your conversation. It's by this point in time, it's mid-afternoon. The sun is high in the sky, and there's a very muggy, warm, and humid atmosphere here. But so, as this kind of this almost like long, lingering silence after as this discussion has kind of taken a pause for a moment, Corbin, you would find yourself like walking up into like making your way up and towards this nearby area where you would see these various different commoners and individuals like moving around the different like kind of small campfires. A number of them looking kind of worried for a moment from the sounds of this large interior tent. Before you would see your compatriots, for as much as they are at this point in time, as opposed to just necessarily being a hired group. But so for you at this point in time, seeing them as they're having kind of this discussion with a green skinned and kind of like wooden horned tiefling.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Go up to them and basically. What was that?
I am just grabbing your character token, so give me just a second.
You're all good. Yeah, basically gonna go up to them and be like, who's the friend here? What's going on, guys?
Oh, hi.
Oh, that is not good. What happened? I was asleep for what? Couple hours? What happened?
So, a boner popped out of someone's skin and attacked us.
Do not explain it like that, please.
I'm sorry, what?
A skeleton removed itself from a gentleman's body, and decided to attempt to fight us. The disease is a bit more progressive, and it's bad.
I'm sorry, did you say a skeleton ripped itself from someone's body?
Yes.
Oh god.
Traumatic.
Okay. I
So
don't know how to
yes.
process this information.
Yeah.
Eh,
You want a good berry?
A what?
Sorry.
You want a good berry?
You see, Rael offers out this in their hand, like a what it looks to be like a fairly large, probably about the size of a quarter, in diameter in around, a fairly plump, not necessarily a blackberry or a blueberry, but it's this, it's definitely appears to be just a large berry in general, and it smells actually
Okay.
quite fragrant and delicious.
You only live once. He takes it and he pops it into his mouth.
Crunch, crunch, and it is juicy and flavorful. And as it kind of slides down into your gullet, you find yourself being fairly full.
Oh, interesting.
Should
Thanks.
save on the evening meal.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, and then you blink and just start patting over himself, and he looked over at Sappy and it's like, can I have my book back?
Y- yeah, right. Fuck, you gave me. It just takes it out of his shirt, and hands it over.
What? Why? And he just takes. Why is it in your shirt? It has a strap. You could have just put it over your shoulder.
I'm sorry. There was a skeleton, and I needed to go punch the skeleton. It was either in the shirt or it was on the floor.
Shirt is fine. Your shirt is fine.
And now it's nice and warm for you as well.
Thanks.
Nothing like a good warm book to
Deal with trauma.
mm,
This is all fairly lovely and everything, but I understand. I've been dealing with the others as much as it, but and as far as we know, is this something that's likely to happen again for your whatever this skeletal thing was coming?
Unfortunately, it is a strong possibility. Are you aware of what they have contracted or where they have contracted it from?
I'm. There was a group of adventurers who came through here perhaps a month or so ago, like before, like 2 months or so ago. One of them got bitten, but the least and before they didn't show any outward signs by some creatures, and certainly the individuals they were traveling with were, you know, I assumed they had cured any diseases in the passing, but apparently not. They had gone delving through one of the nearby mansions and come back with a few faint artifacts before they traveled off. They were on their way towards Dapplegate or heading back north in some direction, but before they had departed, and apparently whatever they brought back then passed on this disease, and uh, the folks here don't exactly the most robust of immune systems at best. So overall, that's the only place I can possibly think of. But I've never dealt. But I mean, I've heard of zombie rot, but I've never dealt with any of it in such a scale before. It's not something you see normally. It's usually those that contract it are wiped out within a few scant weeks. It must be either some lingering medical examination or from happened within the mansions themselves, or simply because of the Wayne magic has altered some of the nature out here.
It was most likely something to do with the magic. We saw dragonflies that had chromatic effects to them. All right. So, what do you think we should do? Do we stay here? And I mean, we're not going to leave Opardo. I would like to be clear about that. But do we wish to stay around the medical tent, or do we wish to go back to the lodgings?
The supplies you brought me will be able to help at least a certain amount of it tonight. And no offense to the rest of your compatriots, but how many of them actually have proper medical training or some skill in healing magic?
I mean,
Absolutely
I
the
have
fuck
some.
not.
I do personally, but
That depends. Do you want to know how this works, or just want this done with?
I personally just want this gone. I just want it eliminated. It's a
The elimination of the disease would mean the death of the individuals. Unfortunately, these people are a little too far gone in some cases, but we can try to save who we can. My concern, however, is leaving you alone with them. I do not know if Aparl has a guard. We did not see anyone who came. Actually, GM, did we
You're-
see any like guard when we came in?
the literally only guards you have seen were the 3 that are working at the tavern.
Gotcha.
There's Oparl is a backwater area, and it's known for being a very lawless and not particularly rule-abiding town.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So not exactly a place where you would have a robust guard presence.
You'd be lucky to have any guard presence.
Great.
I think
That'd be a
Ateris
for
would like.
yourself.
I think Ateris would snicker a little bit at the idea of this place having town guards. Not out of malice, but just like she knows what this place is like.
Okay, so no guard presence, no.
I've had some of the others here who have been unfortunately exposed to it previously that have been healing, and I've been able to help get most of the diseases. Just the ones that are within the main tent here, those that are the most extreme cases that I haven't been able to bring out from their fully debilitated states.
We need the.
If I wasn't so beat up, I would not mind staying because if we're talking about anyone who's not going to be able to get sick at all, there's just me. But
Because
I'm
whether or not
hurt.
if you even get sick as well, there's also the possibility of you passing on the disease unwillingly, as to what we saw then apparently with that other previous group.
Do we know what happened to him? Can I investigate the body real quick?
Which?
The one that exploded.
You can go back in and then investigate the body if you would so wish.
If you will give me a moment, and he'll like use a terrace to like stand, and try to like hobble his way back into the medical tent.
Ateris is
Do you
going
allow
to
this
stay
to- yeah,
with
do-
you.
Yeah, is the terrace allowing me to do that?
Ateris is not letting you walk on your own at the moment in the state you are in.
I'm fine. and he
Corbin's
kinda, like,
looking
slaps
very.
at, their arm. He's like, look, just let me get over there.
You were saying,
Corbin's
Corbin?
looking. Corbin's just looking very worried, seeing Alec and not being able to walk properly. It's just like,
They
what did I miss?
they overexhausted themselves in this particular endeavor. There was one of the individuals was looked as if they were turning into a zombie, and then they did something with this magic, and you could see like the blood drain from their face a bit, and then something flashed, and then another body basically split itself open, and the skeleton got up out of it and became wreathed in black and blue flames, and I'm having a mild panic attack at the moment. Thank you very much.
Take a deep breath. I'm just. I'm more worried about them.
I am fine. I am just tired, but I can use my eyeballs.
Very well.
I
Fair.
can't do any
And
magic.
the druid will look over to you, Corbin. You look as if you have the skill of a bard.
Yeah, definitely a bard.
And I know the rest of you, why don't you come help me, and we can get at least a meal served up for those who are prepped up for the rest of the group while your compatriots are doing whatever it is that they need to do.
I can do that.
I can help.
Wonderful. And because at least we can make sure we can get some herbs into the pots, and may help provide something, maybe some hearty stew. This can encourage everyone to be able to have a brief respite.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nadisi will take Safi and Ryan and Corbin, or at least over to the nearby fire, and begin working with the other kind of commoners around the area to kind of prepare a meal, like a kind of like a group meal, essentially.
Can I
Wait,
roll
wait,
a
wait. We got frog.
medicine
We got
check?
frog meat for this.
Oh, we do. We have 50 pounds of frog meat.
That will certainly be helpful. Here, you start cutting that, Corbin, and what is your name? And
Corbin.
Corbin, my name is Nadisi. It's, are you all right with diseases and similar, or have you worked with those that are a bit more of a debilitating aid?
I mean, I don't have much experience, but I used to travel a lot, and I've had some instances where members of my group have gone sick and things like that, and I do know some healing magic to help, but I don't know how powerful it would be for this kind of thing.
But at least you know being around people. Well, that helps something. Yes, come with me, and we can at least provide some entertainment to detract from a grisly scene.
Oh, for sure.
All right, so for Elegant and the terrace, as the other as the others kind of like go and head off towards the campfires in order to kind of prepare a meal, you and the terrace head back into this room where you can see like the others are kind of sleeping and like kind of painfully. There's the individual who was under the effects of the plague beforehand are beginning kind of like slowly kind of like in a more restful sleep. The individual where the skeleton quite literally like ripped themselves out from is a horrific grisly sight. But so what would you two like to do?
Could we possibly move the body away from everybody else? Can we just like drag their stretcher out of the tent? First, like covering them with like a sheet so that, trying to be as respectful as possible with this.
Sure. Go ahead between the two of you. It's mostly like physical remains, so yeah, between the two of you, you can do so without any issue. It is exposure, so I would need the two of you to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws. You have advantage because of the proper medical gear provided by.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, because everybody's been gloved and etc. So I currently am exhausted, which I believe gives me disadvantage on saving throws, correct?
No, saving throws are fine. Exhaustion is when it's a
Ability checks.
ability checks, correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Said con save? Okay.
On save, yes, you have advantage.
Ooh, that was a really good one for the first one. I'll go with that 20.
I will go with the 16.
All right. That is successful on both of you then at the point in time. So you're able to move the body outside of the kind of nearby tent and kind of take it over to a nearby area where you can like see a foot trail off this point. As everything else kind of like piling up the bodies here and there, as well as also then the others at this point in time kind of setting up the campfire itself. So for the two of you then kind of going over, you've piled up the bones and the body off to one side and then kind of like investigating it. So for you, what are you looking to ascertain from it?
First I want to make an Arcana check on it.
Okay.
And then if I get something off of that, that will depend on what I do next.
So like for an Arcana check, as in like, are you looking to if there's any like very magical effect over it, or are you actively looking?
I'm seeing and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be, this might be meta knowledge. Safi did mention the symbol to Allegan that appeared on his forehead, correct?
It was either Safi
yeah.
or Paris.
Yeah.
It was one of the two.
Yeah, it was both of us. I think we mentioned something.
So I'm looking for anything draconically based, if I can like sense that. I'm also looking to see if there is evidence on this person's body of what is left of it, at least, where we might see like a point of origin or And I might do like a medical check if I can to ascertain how long this individual has been sick.
Sure. Well, first of all, we'll go then with the first we'll go with the medicine check because this is primarily deals in terms of the how the body itself was basically tore itself open from the inside.
Okay.
As well as also kind of like the length of how long they've been sick for.
So medicine check first.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I can aid in this with my world experience?
I would say yes, because you've lived and worked with Elegant for such a long period of time that you would have know enough basic procedures and in order to like kind of help keep things out of the way, like and help Elegant move through the different process.
Mhm.
So yes,
I'll take that 18.
18 total.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 18 total. Couple things you learn. The first is that the first thing is that this is not well, while it is technically a magically occurring fungus or plague just because of the nature of the substance itself. From what you can tell, see is that it's acting very much so similar to how a fungus would at this point in time, which means that typically its spores enters through the lungs, then proceeds in the digestive tract system, and then it's growing its way out from there at that point in time, or at least it was being combated back and forth. Um, which you can see that at least like one of the kind of the first things, and get the feeling from one of the first things that the DC has been doing has been feeding bits and pieces of charcoal for the absorption of different of poisons and similar, as well as also applying druidic natural healing magics, which has some effect, but also because it's a naturally occurring disease, ironically enough, because it's a fungus, that it's fairly resistant to nature magic, but also receptive to it in the same process. It sounds kind of strange in that fashion, but
No, I got it. It kind of feeds off of it to a certain degree.
it feeds off of it, but also at the same point in time, because it feeds off of it, it grows more virulent in those particular areas where she applies the magic. So it actually she's able to use her magic in order to almost kind of draw it and leech it away from highly sensitive organs and kind of keep it more in the actual meat, like in the muscle at the
The
point in time.
tissue. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
The other thing that you would learn is that the skeleton itself seemed like something that was like very kind of almost like, at least in terms of this process, was that the skeleton quite literally is it like the junction of the spell and of whatever this runic marking occurring was the fact that because of the weakened flesh, that this body was actually almost in a almost fully or decomposing state because of how her magic is had used in order to keep the organs alive and transfer kind of more of that fungus towards the muscle. The muscle and the tendons that were actually that kind of anchor themselves to the bones was much weaker than it should have been normally, which is what like when that spell triggered, and this person was basically, you can tell, has been sick for probably a month, maybe a month and a week, and has been, but they probably but they probably at the point in time where didn't know that they were sick for a very long time, and uh, at that point in time, then they, because of that, then when that kind of effect fusion already happened, this individual, the DC probably just didn't notice at the time. This individual is already dead. It's
okay.
because their muscular system just wasn't
Couldn't
operating
handle it.
anymore.
Yeah. All right. I relay this to a terrorist as I'm kind of just like speaking aloud as I'm seeing stuff. Um, I want to take. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do this. I'll actually
Well,
get some other
hold on,
terrorists.
real quick
Should I
for
take a
you.
sample?
Go ahead and make a an Arcana check for me, real quick,
Okay.
then. Because that's about the medical side, but there's still the Arcana side in terms of what's kind of really helped animate the skeleton.
Okay, that was a 15.
A 15. From what you could tell, is that the kind of the rune or the magic, whatever what else this was, it did animate the skeleton, but it used it kind of using the fungus as a piggyback almost, because it's a magically occurring fungus, and because this individual was already dead. It didn't necessarily kill someone and then animate them. It required someone or something nearby to be actively already dead.
But it's
In order
not
for
related to the
they
fungus
didn't
itself?
that apparently they don't look to be related. And
Okay.
at least from what you've heard in like distant series, is that magic here, because of the spell plague and because of the basically the palatial mansions that have occurred in this space and area, that there's already enough dangerous running a rampant natural growth and magically infused growth, simply because there were so many wealthy individuals who just wanted to like either grow their own like spirituals or samples, and without it being really kept in check by guards or an actual law force, that this
Too much
seems
magic weed.
well, too much magic weed, but also in very much in the way, shape, and fashion that people got away with whatever they wanted to, and it wouldn't be too far outside the realm that for someone to experiment in terms of pharmaceuticals, horticultural, and other things at the point in time. Possibly also then as an attempt to idea or to either poison or murder their own competitors for other things. So
Okay.
this does not seem as an occurrence because of what you have, but more likely something that was already here because of the way the spell plague and the sunderings going through this space of
And
like
just reacted.
well, or it's been, or like rather reacted, or it's just like in terms of a mutation, and then just because of the individuals who made their way through that particular place because of their natural resiliency didn't get affected or killed, or
Yeah.
they could theoretically be carrying it with them into a more populated area.
And they said that they were heading to Dapplegate.
Yeah, Dapplegate and beyond.
That's a fucking problem.
Hmm.
Let's notice. We need to find this other adventuring party, because if they are carrying this, it's going to get very bad. Um. Uh. Do you have any? And he'll just kind of like make a motion with his hands, kind of like miming fire. This body needs to be burned immediately.
I can
Do
set
I see
something
like
up.
fires anywhere nearby to like take care of corpses?
Make a perception check. This is a disadvantage.
It's a 5.
5. There are a number of different like kind of fires and stuff, but you in terms of like actual fire itself, or like you don't see, but your nose is able to kind of like tell you the direction of what is probably used as like a burn pit that the DC has
Gotcha.
been using, but you're not sure that's exact location. You would have to go and ask specifically. It's probably far enough away so that she didn't necessarily want other bodies to be contaminated, so you would have to either go ask her or require like a
Would
terrorist to find it.
Okay.
Would a terrorist be able to just track that down?
Yes, you without issue because of your ranger.
I think a terrorist is just gonna nod. Rejoin the others. I'll take care of it.
Halligan will hobble back to the food pot.
Sure thing. Safi, actually, can I have the rest of you go ahead and deafen for me, please?
Wait. Okay.
I mean,
Here.
wait, does anyone have a passive high enough?
Nope.
Probably not, no. Oh, shit. Okay.
Safi, for you at this point in time, like as the kind of with the DC at this point, kind of helping out with Corbin, kind of gathering up all the people, individuals, and Corbin is being distracted, and Raya helping like with me at this point in time. You do find a bit of a moment in order to step away off to the side where you're fairly certain that you're far enough away, but not so far that you would be like, why are you all the way out over here? In fact, the DC probably tells you to go and get vegetables or herbs from their nearby hut or cabin to go and grab some stuff. But you have a brief moment here in passing as to where you can take advantage of stuff.
Okay. So Safi is going to just kind of position himself next to a bush. So in case anyone comes over while he's doing this, because he's trying not to freak out right now because he just got so much information and he's trying to process it. He's trying to remember, okay. I have the rock, I have a report. I only have 25 words. Oh God. Ha ha ha. And he's breathing very heavily and is like, what is this? What is it? Okay. It's fine. No. It's fine. Just stupid wizards trying to come up with a brand new magic system. It's fine. No. It's fine. He's gonna reach into his shirt and take out the sending stone, and he's going to say the word to activate it, and just a very, very shaky voice, just it's Safi. Allegan's making a new form of healing magic for wizards. Tattoo-based, currently. I think he just wants to help people. Mentally counts in his head how many words that was. Please advise. And then he would...
There's a bit of a pause as time goes by. About a minute, about 2 minutes passes before you get a response that comes back, and the words are gonna appear in your head, but you hear the voice of your, not necessarily of your friend and compatriot, but a different, colder voice.
Oh no.
Expected but concerning. No action to take yet. Gather info on tattoo. Can a duplicate be made?
Jeez.
Continue observations.
Okay.
And the
Duplicate.
voice fades and you can feel the connection dim.
Oh, duplicate? What the fuck? Duplicate? How am I supposed to get a duplicate? To you? What the fuck? What? Wait, do I recognize the voice?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, goody. Just a straight check?
This is just I'll call this one a history check for you.
Oh, goody. It doesn't matter, it's a 0.
Flat 0.
What's a 3 get me?
A 3? No, you do not recognize that voice in any way, shape, or form.
No. Just being like,
It's one that either you don't remember or you've just never heard before.
Okay. Just be like, and who the fuck was that? I thought I was supposed to be talking to... Okay. Okay. Observe. See if duplicate can be made. Report. Observe. Fuck. Okay. Yep. All right. And he's gonna tuck the sending stone back into his shirt, and he's going to... He's about to start walking back to the group, and then is like, wait, like vegetables, food, onions, fuck, and goes and turns to go get some food.
Right. That doesn't take you, probably takes like another couple minutes, but you're able to head back without too much issue. go ahead and make another stealth check for me, please.
Okay. Ah! Oh my god! That's a natural one.
Natural 1. Okay. All right, then we'll go back and head back on it.
Oh boy. Are we summoning the others?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yoo-hoo.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How was it?
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
You're about to find out.
Okay. Dear. I don't think I've ever had fear from character whispers before.
You shouldn't be afraid. It's all good.
Hola.
We're just waiting on Sponge to come back, and then we'll go ahead and continue on.
And Midge.
And Midge.
Oh, I thought they had on different.
Wasn't sure if I was hearing things I wasn't supposed to.
Nope, you're fine.
Oh, you're fine.
No.
Oh, right. I need to probably unmute Kenku.
Maybe.
Probably a good idea.
All right, so actually for Raya and for Terrace, what are the two passive perceptions between the two of you?
Passives,
Does it matter?
15.
Yes.
Okay.
My passive perception 14.
14.
That's just the Tyrus and Allegan, right?
That was the Terrace and Raya. So for the two of them.
And Raya, okay.
What is actually you would be also be there? So for you, Corbin, what is yours as well?
Oh shit, my passive perception, you said?
Yes. Because Allegan right now not noticing anything.
It's gonna
I'm
be on the
very
side.
tired.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's some rude. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. It is Why did I lose it all of a sudden?
Is this with the game?
13.
Yeah, like once the kind of everyone's kind of like this would be like for you on your way back from actually probably not Terrace because you're looking to get rid of the body. This would be Corbin and Raya.
13
for you. Okay. For you, Raya, like Corbin, you're not used to fully used to kind of whole Safi's schedule and stuff. For you, Raya, you would know that Safi's one who's usually fairly eager to please. There's generally want to like kind of get things done snappy, quick, and make sure that people are kept happy. They definitely take a little bit longer to do this job than normal.
Hmm.
But they do return after a few minutes, vegetables and herbs in hand, and as well as the kind of the Nadisi adding this back up into the pot at this point in time.
But yeah, that would be a little bit unusual for me and thinking hi Safi. Everything okay?
I got vegetables.
Okay. Cool. Can I roll just can I just roll like a small insight? He's probably just thinking like might have been just just a little bit thrown off by the skeleton just crawling itself out of someone's skin.
Sure, make an insight check.
Yeah.
That's just Tuesday.
And that is a 19?
There's definitely like kind of like these Safi's definitely kind of like smiling through forced teeth at this point in time. It's very much like kind of veiling that sense of concern, uncertainty, definitely a little bit of panic. It's a whole range of mixed emotions, and you can tell they're definitely kind of like smiling through the through a bit of concern.
His tail keeps twitching.
Raya, his smile falters just a little bit, and he just gets a little bit closer and just whispers, "Hey, It's like, you're good, right?
Taffy just kind of stares at Raya for a second. It's like, Where, where's this coming from?
Yeah, no, it's like, no, just bit. It's like and he just go, and he's just shakes his head and smile. Don't worry about it. We can, if you're still feeling a little bit off, we could talk about it when we go to bed. But you're is like, but come on, help me out with this.
Yeah, do you want to take some of these fucking heads of lettuce from me? Like, my arms are pretty full.
Cabbage. They're cabbage.
It's a leafy green, okay? It's a leafy green.
Hey, it was
I'd
like,
have made you get the kale.
no, Kale's perfectly. It's like we're good with the cabbages. We're good
Do you
with the
think we
cabbages.
also have some carrots in there as well?
Yeah.
Onions, carrots, cabbage. It's a basic stew as I can do at this point in time, but it'll
Thank you for cooking.
enough food, enough mouths to go around that it requires stretching supplies a bit thin, but make it work. At this point in time, you're all able to take a short rest if you so desire, as
Oh, thank you.
Yes, please.
Yay!
Oh,
as food is
Short
provided. A terrorist shows up probably about a good 30 minutes later, faintly smelling of smoke, and a bit of like kind of ash and char on their face.
She does not look
but yeah.
impressed.
But the food is provided to all of you. You're able to take a short rest. And
Short rest.
because food is provided for
oh,
everyone, you all gain an additional 4 hit points. Or
Nice.
you will heal additional 4 hit points at this point in time.
Oh,
wait. Why did my hit dice not go off? Fine.
D&D Beyond, you just mark it off. You still have to roll the actual dice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's. And you said that was an additional what?
4 hit points. Because they have the chef feat.
Ooh,
hell
nice.
yeah.
Good
Nice.
feet, good feet.
Oh, I'm feeling right as rain now.
Nothing like a hearty meal to keep you on your feet.
Yeah. Oh, but I didn't know we were gonna be dealing with undead. I might have to go by that blacksmith sooner than I thought. Hopefully, I have some blunted blades.
I hope it's just the one-time occurrence. Did you discover anything from the body that you are certain of, one way or the other?
We have to find this
Uh,
party, that's for sure.
That is for sure. They may be spreading this to further areas, and if they're headed to Dapplegate, that is an incredibly populated port town. My other concern is that it seems that whatever did the skeleton popping part, that was piggybacking off of the initial infection.
So it means it's more like it's going to follow you around than it is actually, but the infection, I need to deal with it as it is.
Well, maybe. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I can at least give you some direction as to at least for the group itself. They did stop by and get a few different supplies before they left. Is one of the other reasons as to why I was shorter-handed than I would have liked. It was a group of 5, 3 individuals. One of the reasons I wasn't too worried about them was that they seem to be of a fairly clerical or religious group, and usually at that point in time, more often than not, they have their own protections against disease and otherwise.
Clerics?
One cleric, from what I could tell, the 2 others were walking around in heavier armor. So one had an enormous sword, paladins most likely. One was a fox folk, and another was individual who was like kind of was very, trying to put this politely, bit of a douche.
Uh,
But politely, bit of a douche.
Foxfolk.
The religious folk
I-
generally are.
No, that wasn't a religious. He seemed more of a wizardly type.
Right?
We saw-
Raya would just
Ew.
perk up a little bit, like
Agreed.
Foxhole. That's not very common around here.
No, they're usually more. They usually find themselves more around the major cities. They're not ones
Yeah.
for.
Delrusk in particular. Did this? No, that couldn't be. Why would he be here?
You know this guy?
Yes.
Hold on. This fox folk. Did he have a chain?
No,
Like
he carried a whip with him.
Raya would just blink a few times and just did you happen to did he happen to did he happen to be a bit haughty and abrasive?
No, I didn't particularly talk to him. He was seeming to be more standoffish. The one that actually did most of the talking was the one who, the more wizardly fellow. That one couldn't shut up, and just going on and on about how he'll make the family proud and be able to fully be able to kind of take advantage of things, and that don't remember, make sure to remember his name. What was it? Not even sure. Honestly, tried to forget. He did have a bit of a glamour about him. Which I am wildly thankful that I live in an area where there's glamours and illusions amok. Otherwise, I would have my own defenses around that one for certain.
Baby's
Hmm.
first
Bit of a-
outing then.
Maybe, but certainly seemed to have more of an enchanter's appeal about him. Very curious. About it.
Gross.
Huh.
Well, if you can write
Lafayette.
down...
What?
Lafayette was his name.
Lafayette.
Did you
Le- Oh,
would
fuck.
would
You
that
know who this is?
Know
Yep.
of. Know of.
Great.
hmm, like
Can I roll
good-
insight on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try to roll knowledge
I
on
want to
that
roll
baby.
insight on both Raya and Safi right now.
Okay.
Fucking go for it.
Do it.
I'm rolling a disadvantage for Safi. Hold on. Oh, stunning. Oh, stunning. Natural 20 and a 5.
Nice.
Spell that guy's name.
Raya's not hiding, so you don't
I
really
got-
have to roll.
I got a 19
Ellie.
plus 6, so
Yeah, I'll put it in the
25.
general chat.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how you spell that.
Thank you.
The terrorist, you would get the feeling that Saffron knows exactly who's being talked about.
Safi's hackles are fully fucking raised.
A terrorist is doing that like piercing look straight into Safi right now.
For Raya,
I
they're
want
definitely
to.
kind of like in this, like, you get the feeling that they know who he's talking about, but they're baffled. Like, they actually are baffled as to why this individual, or if it is this individual, would be out here.
Yeah, I think that's why Terrace is mostly staring at Safi right now, is because at least Raya's honest with his emotions. Terrace
Fine,
is doing
no,
the
no.
look.
Would somebody like to share with the class?
Midge, you can go ahead and make a history check.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Great.
Wait. Was he from the conference? Oh shit.
We're gonna find out.
Oh, no.
I didn't know that I would know this person. Give me a second. Oh, that's very good. What is my bonus? History, you said?
History check. Remember, you're at disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Oh. Well, that with disadvantage. I don't appreciate that. Well, okay, that's the exact same roll. Never mind. History. That is a 21.
21. The name Lafayette rings a bell.
Oh.
Primarily because
Okay.
you knew he was expelled from the college.
Oh, wait, is he from?
He's from Yelash.
Okay.
And he's definitely younger than you. He's
Okay.
probably about a good 10, 15 years, if not more, younger than you.
Okay.
And you would know that they are a wizard that specializes in enchantment magic.
Okay.
In that they are the creepy kind of enchantment wizard.
Oh.
Ew.
Why was he expelled? Do I remember?
For more than once, accusations being made against him with further proof then being brought forward, but because of his family's significant patronage, that instead of being like fully thrown in jail and like stripped of his spell book, he was simply expelled from the college.
He's a nepo baby.
He's a fucking
way.
nepo baby.
Nepo
Oh,
baby.
Oh no.
Woo!
Would he have been in any of my classes?
Silence.
Out of curiosity.
The DM is thinking, and that's scary.
The DM is
Talking, talking emoji.
I will
the DM
say.
is rolling dice.
Okay.
And yes,
Oh.
and
That's
yes,
even
and he was in one semester class from you, where he was basically asleep for 2/3 of the time, and and basically you got the feeling that he was there because he was required to be there.
Oh, so he was part of the healing course that like all the students had to take. Okay.
Yes.
Not somebody who applied for extra classes. Got it.
No.
Okay, cool. Do I have a
You
last name on him?
you would have remembered that Chin Wizard aside, he is very charismatic and actually quite pretty. You would also know that he's an
Okay.
ASMR.
Okay.
Oh,
Would I
Uh,
remember his last name or his
his last-
familial name?
Nice name. Let me pull it up. If I remember at the point in time. Lethea Drauben.
Oh God.
Drauben.
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 Okay. Oh wait, the Drauben boy. Yes.
You know
But
him?
yeah, he was he was expelled from Thorician Academy some years back. Pretty sure the only reason he got the keep of his spellbook was his last name.
Huh.
But you know that his family is in construction.
Um.
Construction in quotation marks.
What the fuck does that mean?
they're ASMRs.
Mm. He was a bit of an ass, though fairly well liked by his peers, the ones he was not causing misery for. Actually had them in my class. I had the joy of, well, I tried to fail him, but somewhat conveniently, he passed with the minimum grade required.
Now, when you say pass, do you mean as in he barely scraped by, or and Rai just makes just like a rubbing motion between his thumb and his two fingers, like money was being spent.
Yes, indeed. Though I would have liked that to line my pockets at least for some research. Though I am a academic and would never change any of my students' grades for monetary gain.
Insight check.
I
Insight
insight on it. On it.
Gotta make insight checks.
I'm not even gonna make them. He absolutely would if it would like pay for one of his projects. If it would pay for one of his projects, he has so much trouble getting grant money, man.
Wow, it was like you must be very
30, 20.
desperate.
You have any
Yep.
idea how expensive spell creation is?
Wait, would Ryan know? Would Ryan know how expensive it is?
No. Like
Yes,
no,
I do.
you would not.
At the blank look, I just go very expensive.
Okay. All right.
Very.
So there's that person. The only other, I think I know who this is. The other person is, but that would not make any sense. Excuse me, Miss. Was the other person the fox folk? Was his name? And he actually has to go through his book real quick because it's almost like he doesn't trust himself. It's like Shinjiro.
Don't know specifically that at least the one of the launcher paladin women and called him Shinji.
Sorry, out of character.
Okay, and did he seem to show teeth at that?
As much as I would suppose an individual of their stature like trying to intimidate this nearly 7 foot tall, very muscular woman. Who at least as far as I know was in everything that she was talking to quite polite and very nice actually.
So that has to be Shuro. But why? What in the blazes is he doing all the way away from Delarisk?
Maybe he wanted to explore?
Oh. And he just looks around. He just looks around the place, just like this isn't quite his scene.
Hmm. Maybe he got sick of the way things were back home?
More likely
That's right.
hired by the Nepo child.
I could try to inquire with the school, see if they kept track of him. Even
I'm in D&D, Mom.
even people who fail out, we try to keep an eye on them, make sure that they do not cause any trouble. I can check
Like-
with Sam and see if somebody kept tabs.
Like they keep tabs on you?
Yes. I did not fail out. I would like to understand that I am on sabbatical. This is an entirely legal and normal thing to happen. Yes, mine was rushed.
Hmm.
Please stop.
No, this is like this is very weird. Oh,
I
well,
missed
probably
the
not-
past like 2 minutes for sorry, my mom like walked in to the room.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine. Just Ryan kind of just made a unconscious jab at the fact that the Nepo baby is in the same position as Allegan when being excommunicado.
I am not
That's funny.
excommunicated. I am on
Oh,
sabbatical.
So you don't
Wait,
deny
what?
being a Nepo baby.
Wait, I'm not the Nepo baby. My parents, my mom works as a tailor.
No.
Making a joke.
You're a Nepo baby. Mwahaha.
Harris, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Whenever the DM says make an Arcana check when I don't know of any magic happening, that always
16.
scares
16. Foxfolk is an interesting thing, given your history. Foxfolk can live to be an extraordinary long time, almost to the point of time longer than many dwarves and elves and gnomes. The But one of the things, at least from here, that you at least should know about is that because of the palatial estates and similar, is that there were and are many places that did have access to many different like supplies, gears, materials, and otherwise, as well as also ancient relics, artifacts, and similar. Like there have been like tales of different like workshops and different like wizards like being around here, and so it wouldn't necessarily be too far-fetched for you at this point in time to kind of think that a foxfolk is, especially one who is kind of like typically interested in ancient secrets, could certainly have like sought out a place or similar or like this, simply because of the fact that, especially if they had other friends who were going looking for starting up a group at that point in time, because of the fact of possible avenues to strength or magic or otherwise that might be able to be acquired.
There's a lot of things around here that would interest a foxfolk. Perhaps they were seeking that. Picking up some coin, working with some dropout wizard on their first adventure in the meantime.
Well,
If I can at least give you the name of their group.
they have a name?
Yes, it's called the Blessed Dalliance.
God, that's fucking
Sounds gaudy.
pretentious.
They name themselves by
Fucking
choice?
smacks Raya's arm.
No. Right, just elbow sappy.
As far as I can tell, the Lethead individual seemed to be the leader of the group, or at least touted himself as the leader. And so far, I think the three of the others aren't entirely sure as to what Dalliance meant. And the third one, and the Foxfolk didn't seem to care, was going along with whatever Lethead wanted, really.
Did you say there was a paladin in the group as well?
Two, at least I could tell. One was a very large, broad, very pretty, blonde, blue-eyed woman. Very, very kind, very sweet. But I wouldn't say call her not farm-born is what I would call her. Farm raised. And the other was an individual who, frankly, can be a bit spooky. Had wings over their eyes and was certainly rather interesting at that point in time. The third individual, difficult to kind of get a look at. They were hooded most of the time and kind of kept to themselves, although they did, each of them did have their own holy symbols in sight. One was that of a helm. The other was of Lathander, and the last one was of Tyr.
At the mention of Helm, Corbin immediately tenses and is like trying to keep his expression blank and not outwardly seem angry.
Three of the worst potential religious folks.
I mean, they're all equally bad. I do not understand what the distinction is. Well, depends on what they are doing out here.
Ateris is going to kind of give Allegan a raised brow. You know exactly my issue with.
I dislike Helm for a lot of reasons.
I mean, it is valid. They're all Allegan just goes back to eating frogs too.
Corbin aggressively shoves a bite of food into his mouth, like just very aggressive.
Do not choke.
I'm sorry to ask, but I've only like know of a few of the gods. Helm is not entirely one that I actually paid attention to. What's their deal?
Do
Helm
not
is
get me
the-
started.
Helm is the guardian of guardians. I'm well versed in his teachings if you would really want to suffer through that. She has a
Helm can
very
suck my god.
displeased look on her face. Spent
Corbin
a
is-
good many years
Sorry to meet you.
dealing with that.
You're
Corbin
saying,
is Corbin is just grumbling. Is like Helm can suck my fucking dick.
Okay, so just going to say that he's gonna go right in the books like Helm sucks ass. Do not bring up against, and he's just gonna write in a footnote. Don't bring up around a terrorist or Corbin.
I'm just gonna lean over and be like, if you have any questions, I am aware that I am not an unbiased source, but it may be better to ask me than them.
Helm
Noted.
will be there for whoever wants him until it comes down to, well, life or death. Let's just say that.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Can agree with
Speaking-
that.
Speaking of life or death, I must return to the tending of my patients. If you wish to help, I would appreciate it, but if nothing else, then at least I can make use of the supplies you've brought. And even from what you've heard of me, heard of the different kobolds that you've seemed to have alleviated that issue as well. So I can provide you perhaps a few potions that aren't going to do much use in terms of the healing of the folks here as a bit of compensation for that. Since you seem like you've been able to get them off of like continuing to raid my own supplies.
Only
Those
what's
are always
not
good.
necessary for your own use.
Yes, and they're not. Then there's ones that I typically more have when I go searching through the different swamp and similar. Give me just a moment, and she will disappear into her nearby shack and come out a few minutes later with there's about 3 or 4 different potions. Do-do-do.
Potions. woo.
Yes, indeed. Do-do-do. Oh, there you are. Wrong Leah. Or wrong list, actually.
Mhm. Wrong level.
Wrong level.
I was watching that while me and my friend were trying to work on our like projects. We were in her art room that she has for class, like the one she was in class for.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just watching Emperor's New Groove, Aladdin, a bunch of other just whatever.
It's a classic. All right, she comes back out and has 3 potions in her hands. She has excuse me, 4 potions in her hands. She has 2 potions that have look like a cloudy green fluid in them. She has another one which has a small bead suspended within a larger liquid that continually spans in and out from the small bead up to a like brighter red liquid up and around it. And she has a potion. Where are you? Ahead you. And then she has a 3rd potion that has an orange liquid that flickers on the interior of it, with smoke filling the top of the container. These like help you out, and I presume they're useful, and I make them for different things. And I was planning to offer them as a reward for anyone who was able to help take care of this, at least ensure that the kobolds would no longer be an issue. And as far as it makes it sounds, you've all been able to do that. This, and she holds up the orange liquid one, is a potion of fire breath, which when you drink it, you can use, you can take a brief moment in order to exhale a torrent of fire at an individual within 30 feet of you. The other ones is a potion of growth, which gives you the enlarge effect for a few hours. The last two of the ones with the greenish liquid in them are potions of water breathing.
Ooh.
Minecraft? Sorry.
If nobody has a objection, I would like to take one of the potions of water breathing.
Can I have the fire breathing? Please?
He's
Fire
scram.
breathing possum. Sure.
Oh God.
Sure. Yeah, fire breathing
Yeah.
possum. That's fun.
And nothing will go wrong.
The enlargement potion may be good for our resident monk.
I will take whatever
Really?
anyone thinks I should have.
It is technically not magic.
It's
The larger you are, the
You-
harder you hit.
Plus,
And
don't
with
you
your
wanna be
speed, you
tall?
wouldn't be as. With how quick you are, you wouldn't be at as
Excuse?
much of a disadvantage.
You could be taller than Raya.
Okay,
Give
now
me that
let's not
fucking
get ahead of
potion.
ourselves.
Give me that fucking potion. Give me that fucking potion. He's
Not
gonna like
taking
scramble for it.
immediately.
You could be taller than Raya. Congrats.
Goals.
Goals. When I take
All right.
this, just points at Raya. When I take this, eventually, I'm gonna pick you up by your fucking scruff.
Oh, so you'll actually be as tall like a man cool should be.
Damn.
Just all of his fur just kind of stands on end, and it's just like,
But,
no,
but-
well, I'm not that fucking tall.
He
but,
does
but,
puff up.
if you are that tall, wait, how long does this usually last?
I can last from anything from 1 to 4 hours.
Wait, you can be the best snuggle buddy ever.
Just so long as we're not in the swamp or like an even warmer place than this, then yes, everyone can use me as a giant pillow.
Mhm.
You just see happy movements from Raya.
I would also offer potions of healing, but I need to use those, unfortunately.
No,
Um,
yeah, keep that.
If you're interested, I do have like a few vials of maybe acid or alchemist's fire that I can perhaps spell. But I would have to ask to pay for you to pay for for those, and so I could actually continue to pay for more supplies.
How much?
Yes, I would be interested.
Standard rate, so it would be I think it's 25 or 50 gold for the alchemist's fire.
You just see Allegan's face fall as he looks at his very like empty coin purse.
Okay, so it's like, how about it's like, if I was able to,
Yeah, it's 50 gold for an alchemist's fire.
it's like if I was able to barter off, something, could we try to lower that price a little?
What do you want to? I can use certain things, but you would, if you wanted to barter stuff, you would want to go and speak to Thulin.
Ateris is going to slide over 100 gold to get 2 of those alchemist fire.
What?
Damn.
What?
Holy shit!
Bam.
Wow. I didn't.
She will.
She's
take it and
been
puff it on.
saving.
This will go into full use, and I will show you, and then she will pass you 2 vials of alchemist fire.
Woo!
She's going to hand that straight to Allegan.
Allegan just clutches it to his chest, just
Wait, so
thank you. And he puts them in his bag.
Just
Wait.
promise me you will change into the traveling outfit that I am set to buy you soon.
Fine.
Safi's eyes are so wide watching this exchange as he's just making mental notes of his like the telenovela he's formulated in his head between these two, and it's like, holy shit, sugar mommy situation too.
that's exactly what I'm
She's just
thinking.
been. It's so funny because this entire trip she's just been paying for everything for Allegan.
Yeah.
Yep, it's great.
Allegan has no money.
Atera's took her savings for the last like few years out of under her bed before she left, so she spent most of it because we had to get the horse and cart and stuff. But she's got enough left to keep us going for a little
I mean,
bit.
fair enough.
Okay. It, I'm out. My eyes just looking at it, and he's just gonna look over at Safi and Corvus like,
Mhm.
how did he? He's like, I'm still so shocked that he is the one who found her.
Listen, I'm telling you, there's some hinky shit happening there.
I mean, I dated a paladin, and I have no idea how I bagged that, so it happens.
Don't you hate paladins?
I
Godfolk?
hate Helm.
Okay.
He's the reason I hate paladins. It was Paladin Oathbreaker. Let's just say he his oath being broken is what helped start the fuel of fire that indulged my hatred.
That feels extremely misdirected, but I don't think we got enough time to really get into all of that.
Yeah, no.
So let's just
unpack all of that.
all of that. Thank you for getting my reference.
Look,
So
I do not want to hear anything from you, Mr. Floof. He, like,
Mr. Floop! He poofs up even more.
Rise just hold on. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay.
I'm not. I just got a lot of fur. You're just being rude. You're just being a little shit wizard.
It's all
Kind
this
of fucking-
fur. It makes you look poofy.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes me look poofy.
So right. Oh, Corbin, we need to take you to meet. We need to take you to meet friend.
What?
The friend. What friend?
we do need
You-
to pick up more vegetables. We did use all of them.
Allegan, you're not allowed to
would-
steal him.
I would like to speak to clinicians regarding something that could potentially help with those of you who are more sensitive in scenting.
And he will look over at Allegan, and then you look over at Ateris like, please, I would like to stay in the car in the wagon every now and then.
Well, we could.
I will
yes,
see what I can do. No promises. It's all whether he can grow what we need.
All right.
The the only other thing where I can think of is he would have to stop by the blacksmith at one point.
Ateris does want to stop by the general stores to get
Yeah.
a new set of traveling clothes for
Well,
Halligan.
there's not really a general store here, unfortunately.
The trade.
Well, the
area.
trade hub.
Fair enough. So as you will like, Nadisa said, has said like, that she'll keep things under control, especially at least at this point in time. If you can help at some point, would be welcome, but it's not. At least at the moment, she be with the additional supplies. She has to spend the evening organizing and situating things already. So for her, it's you were all able to finish your short rest without any further issue. Now at this point, there are a couple of things then that work and allow for the group at this point. From where you are currently, a terrace you that is not the wrong one. That is the wrong one. Yeah.
New map.
Oh,
No,
It's
no,
like
not
that
yet.
is a
Oh,
black
town map.
Town map.
Town map.
So where you are all at this point in time, like up on the map up here, you're up by the apothecary itself. A terrace, you would know that kind of like following off on this trail over here was where the Otyug was pointed out to you at this point in time.
Yep.
As well as also then following the trail back down, you could either go then to Tholin's, which is here, and then the smithy and whatnot is across the way, back across over here, and then the commissary is over here. So where would you all like to go from this point?
Ateris is going. Sorry.
Sorry. No, you're okay.
Ateris is going to sort of pipe up. We have a chance to make a little bit of funds before we continue on. No, we've still got enough. What time of day is it?
It's mid-afternoon. like
We'd
early
still have
mid-afternoon at
enough
this point.
daylight to potentially get some stuff done if you would all be interested after we make a quick stop.
Mhm.
Alternatively, we can have a full night's rest and take care of this in the morning.
Well, I've been told to
Are
go
we
meet
going to
friend.
I would like to take a nap.
Yeah.
Very well.
So morning might be
Squish you,
morning
little
might
wizard.
be morning might be the best thing for our doctor.
Well, let's not hear any complaining when I get you up at first light then, shall we? She just gives a bit of a smile and starts heading her way into town.
Why? Why
Yeah.
would we do that? Who are we racing? The sun?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Yes, we are racing the sun.
Ryan's just gonna shake his head. It's like, yeah, you definitely die without us.
There's nothing question. The thing in question. Never mind.
All right. So where are you all heading? You heading down to Thulin's Bins?
That's Ateris is gonna head there and then to the commissary.
All right. So, all right. So, well, you had to pass by Thulin's Bins on the way to the commissary at this point in time.
Yeah.
So, passing by Thulin's Bins at this point in time, you see that it's definitely a much longer shop by comparison to the others at this point in time. And you can see that, that again on the inside, it is chock from corner to corner, stem to stern, full of different tchotchkes and knickknacks and gewgaws and gimgaws and of all different sorts and bits and bobs. This is also the store in which you know that Triv works at. Currently, you can see that there looks to be like almost like an old mining cart that's stapled to the or like kind of like two large spikes that have been hammered through the sides of it that have been plastered above the door with the words Thulin's Bins marked on it. There's a number of different kind of like different interesting bits and baubles like in the front door, but most of them look as if they're kind of like older knickknacks and art objects and similar. But the door, at least at this point in time, there is a brief sign that is hanging on it that does say open on it.
Ateris is making her way
Okay.
in.
All right. Daffy, can you make me a perception check, please?
Me?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Perception. Okay. Yeah. How does a 15? I can do math. Jesus Christ. Sorry, 14. math.
You can math. It's fine.
Definitely for me, like, there's definitely this faint smell of like kind of like mold and mildew, and suddenly you kind of looking around and kind of eyes glancing everywhere. There's definitely kind of like these cat scratch markings everywhere. Probably like different creatures like that have kind of tried to make their way. You probably get the feeling that kobolds have tried to make their way into the shop at one point, but have been unsuccessful to do so.
I see.
All right, so Terrace is heading on in. Make sure you get the description right. All right, so heading to the shop, it's already kind of like the outside air in itself is damp and hot and humid and moist, but inside it is still a little bit like not really moist, but it's definitely like dry and dusty and like kind of like chock full of like just this feeling of vague air of dust. But it is crammed full, probably about a good like 20 feet up, like of different like of like 3 or 4 different rows that are just filled to the gills with just random bits and baubles and oddities and art objects of all different shapes, shapes, sorts, and colors and sizes. You would see like an old tapestry that like one corner has been like kind of fully lost to black mold and has been partially moth eaten. You would see different like kind of mismatched candlesticks, like one probably platinum, another like pewter, one copper, another like kind of like this vague strange like purplish metal. You would see in and around like different like kind of like small like different like kind of sets of like dolls, like the number of them missing different like facial features and otherwise. It's every form of eclectic as you could possibly, and in down through the very middle in this largest open space are just these huge like square bins that have a sign stabbed in each one that says that in very badly spelled discount on them.
Okay.
You would also see like you would hear kind of you would hear vaguely, all of you, kind of this faint
A dog?
the very heavy sound of snoring.
Asheris is going to completely ignore it. She's been here before, and she's going to try and find the clothing rack that looks the cleanest.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I get advantage because I've been here.
I would say sure. Actually, what I'll let you do is I'll let you use your wisdom instead. I'll let you make a survival check instead of an intelligence investigation check.
That is better.
Survival just to be in here.
Yes.
Okay, that is a 19.
19. There's like definitely all different sorts of like outfits and racks and clothing, and very much like kind of a thrift store-esque. Like this whole kind of like one wall or the partial end of one wall that is just nothing but different coats and boots of mismatched colors and makes, and definitely models that are like styles that are probably about 3 decades out of stock. But at one point in time high fashion, but now some of them you look at and say, how on earth did they wear that hat?
The best kind of store. The good thing is, Allergan is pretty thin and will fit most of anything. So.
Indeed. Which at one point, as you kind of like going through it, you would see kind of like a door in the back and like swing open. You would see kind of carrying like a box, just like kind of crap full, like a whole bunch of new stuff that they're heading over to one of the bins for. You would see all of you would see and recognize Triv kind of coming out of the back. So, hi, hello.
Don't mind me, just looking for replacement attire for my friend.
Hello.
I won't bother you much.
Oh, yeah, you, the city kid.
He just really struggles to hold on to that smile. Yes.
Good to see you again. Thanks again for everything.
Oh, absolutely. How are you feeling? Is any weird after?
Better. I was able to get like some. Thorn was kind enough, didn't berate me too much about being like had showed a little bit of modicum concern. Is he sleeping? Yeah, he's sleeping. He's up at the front desk. Help you with anything?
You got some clothes that haven't got. She holds up one that's particularly moldy. This on it.
I got some fresh stuff in the back I haven't been able to sort through yet. I could look through there. You probably want those that are second row far right. At least I know there's a kind of a purplish maroon cloak there that's made of like over a thicker material. If you're looking for boots, I'm fairly certain there's like a set of hobnails in there, but that got stuck in the mud at one point. Been able to brush them up.
Mostly casual traveling clothes, unassuming.
Casuals. If you just only want some basic stuff like that, I know at least we keep some rain gear that works out.
That'd work.
Yeah, give me a sec. I can go and get some out. What are the rest of you doing?
Raya wanted to show me a friend.
Well, so yeah, so it's just Allegan and the Terrace who are in the shop, and the rest of you are going to go and visit friend.
Yeah. Wait, which did we hit first? The black would it be the blacksmith or
Well,
Thurston's place?
first
You
it's
gotta
still
go
in
to the
spins, and then and then it would be after that you have to go down across the bridge, and then you go through the market, which would be the smithy, and then the commissary.
Okay. So we would hit the smithy first.
All right,
Mhm.
so okay, so so Raya and Corbin and Safi are all going to the smithy. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, so we'll do you three real quick while they're kind of like perusing, going through the different shop and finding. Basically, are you looking for one or two sets of travel clothes? Basically.
Sh- Allegan's already got one set that wasn't stolen by the kobolds, so just one.
All right, so that'll take you probably about 10 minutes to find something that fits well enough overall together that it qualifies and counts as travel clothes.
Sweet.
But yeah, but Triv is able to help you with all of that and just kind of like walk you through the process. For the other three, you three are first like going and stopping by the smithy, which heading over to that one real quick has you stopping on by and past, and the very very top of itself looks to be like a large, almost like kind of steel trap as a jaw itself, and you would see the name of the jaw itself, of the store itself is called Trap Jaws, which you can hear the sound of the smith working, and you would see a fairly hefty, like huskily built red dragonborn kind of just breathing down onto the kind of across the edge of the forge at this point in time, and fairly large, and like definitely one who's looks like they've been in this lifestyle for a long time.
Mhm.
Do-do-do. Meow.
Ayo.
Hey yo.
Ayo, ayo, ayo.
Hello.
There.
Hello.
Smash.
Oh my god.
Oh, there.
The
Uh,
Rizzler squad activated.
all right, so for that point, then who's going and speaking to the smith? Because currently he is not seeing not seeing you guys at all.
Raya is going to like, hello there.
Clang, 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 clang.
Raya makes a small sigh, and he just puts finger and thumb on either side of his mouth and let out a very loud whistle.
The dragonborn's head will kind of perk up. You can see that there's like there's a thick, heavy kind of slash across the jaw, and you can see actually now that on one side, that at the right side of his face, that there's almost like a heavy metal plate that's been bolted, and almost like it's actually made into like kind of an actual replica of a shoddy replica of a jaw itself. That you get the feeling is actually probably there supporting the remainder of his jaw that's there.
Hmm.
Moment. Finishes like the heavy and sets off this blade and like kind of sets it down to the heavy oil and kind of steam. Just or wiping his hands and supposedly afternoon. I don't know any of you so far.
Oh no, we're just passing through. Pleasure to meet you. I actually, this is gonna sound a little bit weird, but do you have any blunted short swords on you?
Blunted, not much call for blunted short swords. I got a couple practice ones. Which for you, Ray, this record, he's probably just about your height, maybe an inch shorter, but he's probably about like a like half your size wider.
Nah, he's built like a brick house.
Very much so. Just the blunt swords. Got mauls, maces, like flails, hammers, all sorts of things like that. You want a blunt sword?
Quite is like quite. So a lot of it's like so the slashing ones that I have, very good. I need something where I don't have to sacrifice using my scabbard as a weapon.
Hmm. So basically, you either want a reinforced scabbard or you just want something that's going to be able to smack something hard enough.
And I can still use it like a sword. Yes.
Fine. I mean, it'd take me a little bit to just to dull a sword, but or I can just sell you like a straight rod of iron.
I you know I was like, the rod of iron does sound like a good idea, but blunting a sword might actually be a little bit better. That way, for sure, I know it's something of quality that you made that you don't mind making just still somewhat lethal, but you have to work with it a little bit to make it so.
I mean, you're already asking a smith to blunt a sword, so that's kind of already counterpoint to what we do. But
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll pay you extra for
money,
doing it.
yeah, money pays money, so I'll take it. You just want the short sword, long sword?
Short sword. It's like, Safi, you want anything?
I have a Rudius if you want one of those.
Oh, what?
Above table. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what?
Broadsword build, short-handled grip, primarily used for shield work in between soldier lines, usually for thicker, heavier chops. Blades a bit more of the not necessarily unwieldy side, but they do just as much just from straight smashing things than actually cutting.
As as much as I'm interested in, I'm very interested in trying to see a new sword, but I know what I can do, and I know I need to be fast. Trying to get used to a new weapon while surviving out here was gonna be pretty lethal. So I'll try to do my best with just a blunted sword.
All right, fair enough. So you just want
Oh,
a short sword,
I'm sorry, I forgot. I never got a chance to get your name.
Garrett Umroll.
Garrett.
Garrett. And Raya just takes out his book and start writing down. Wait, hold on.
Corbin's just looking around, by the way. He's not really interested in the conversation. He's just kind of looking around with what's all there.
Sure. Just make an investigation check or perception, your choice.
I'll do a perception. 17.
17. Well, they're not necessarily of like super fancy make in one way, shape, or form. They are much more everything here is very utilitarian, but is of good quality and craftsmanship in terms of the fact that they're sturdy, look reliable, look well done and stuff. Well, one thing that does catch your eye looks to be more kind of like something that's like almost like been like a half like being made project, which is that looks to be like it's a set of it looks like it's a set of like very light like a breastplate, but it looks like it's made of a very very fine like shimmery metal, and it looks like, which you can go make a history check for me.
I will. Where is history? There's history. A 19. I'm doing good today.
19.
Okay.
You'd recognize the material as mithril, and you're pretty sure that this is a breastplate that's being made into or at least converted into a mithril breastplate.
Okay. Corbin's just kind of eyeing it like, this is interesting. Just kind of muttering to himself about it. Doesn't seem to be fully interested in the conversation.
Fair enough. Like for you, like the kind of mithril is like it's really well known for its properties of being lightweight, in the fact that it doesn't that usually like for someone to wear it doesn't require actually the like medium or heavy armor proficiencies in order to wear such a thing.
Perfect.
But yeah, then for Safi, are you doing anything?
Safi's probably going to just honestly not really. Weapons aren't really his thing. He's honestly probably just going to be making eyes at the very hot dragonborn, but that's kind of it. Other than that, I think he's also going to want to head over to where Triv is. Just as a sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just as a like a timeline thing, just as a went to the blacksmith first and then is also gonna go over to where Triv is and then is gonna go talk to people. But
Gotcha.
yes.
So yeah, but yeah, getting a short sword would be 10 gold pieces for you, Raya.
Would you let me is like for that Rudius, would you let me try it out real quick, just see?
Sure. He takes it and then kind of tosses it to you.
He takes it, he gives it a few he gives it a few practice swings.
It weighs about 2 pounds heavier than a short sword. So it's like an immediate just like weight difference at the point in time you can feel like whoof. But overall it's it definitely is not like a like for a short sword or for like a rapier, whether it has like kind of those very like, kind of dexterous like kind of like finagling it. This is something that is very much so that's made for you hit it something and you hit it hard and you hit it fast, and it just is there meant to be like a thick heavy slashing weapon.
Right, is like Raya's actually kind of sad because he wants to like it, but it's not. But he knows himself enough that it's not going to cut it for him. But actually, so I'll go ahead and get a sorcerer. But I might. It's like I might go ahead and it's like I might go ahead and just buy this just so I can have it as a souvenir.
Sure. Rudius and the don't really get, they're more of an older make and model. You don't find much shield and sword combat these days, especially like in and around. You find it often enough near the river duchies, but not around here. So I've been looking for wanting to sell it. Give it to you for 7 gold.
All right, I can go. It's like I can go ahead and do that, and just because just because I kind of appreciate the meeting, here's 20. Keep it as a tip.
Appreciate it. If speaking of which, if you ever need something custom made, I'm happy to do so. I find myself there's enough call for different blades, darts, and otherwise in gear, but enough like quality work that usually goes by the wayside here. And so it's been a long time since I've ever actually had something of interesting worth come my way, and too much of it goes north to Dapplegate or otherwise. And so always happy to find someone who's interested in commission.
If you don't, I can't think of anything I can't think of anything right now, but I have been in the business of looking for a dedicated smith in the future. At the very least, I can actually go ahead send you some drawings. Get you I pick your brain a little bit, and we go from there.
Sure, please do. Your name is Raya?
Raya de Silva, and Garrett. And he pulls up his Omral. Garrett Omral.
OHMRAWRL.
It's like, and thank you very much. And he would he is like he kind of wants to ask us about the scar, but he remembers that he's not alone. So he
Gotcha.
goes ahead and gives up the 20 gold, and he takes his new swords.
All right, so for you, while Raya and Corbin are kind of having this kind of like perusing the shop, you run quickly back over to. You're quick on your feet, so you're able to go to head back over to the shop real quick. What you would see, Corbin, you would see Elegant and a Terrace are both at this kind of like they're making way to the front along with Triv, and as they're looking to make their purchase, which for Elegant and Terrace at this point in time, and you kind of like go inside and see that the owner of the shop is kind of like is being poked awake by Travis. Like, Dolan, come on, wake up! Money to be made. And you see this orcish fellow, a larger, rotund orc with a bald head, even at this point in time, glistening with sweat and the humidity of the marshlands. One of their arms ends in what looks to be like a toothed reptilian skull instead of a hand, like almost like that of like a slightly almost like saurian skull, like kind of like chomp chomp here and there. Definitely has like a larger over vest at this point in time that's held together with a couple of different silver clasps. The vest itself, oh, actually, I mean, it's made of snake skin. They have a shirtless chest that looks to be like sporting a tattoo of black serpentine leviathan across their very, very bright mossy green skin. One of their tusks is kind of chipped at this point in time, and but they kind of their eyes snap away. It's like, oh, Triv, what do you want? My money to be sit. Oh, my apologies. My apologies. Didn't mean to keep you waiting. Uh, oh, sorry. Bit of a drink last night with my buddies, and welcome to Tholin's Bends. What can I do for you? Lot? You got find everything you need.
Found what I need. Bit of a late night. Hey, bud.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's not much to do here in Old Paul aside from fight, drink, and make some money as best you can. It's not exactly the paradise it once was, but we all do what we can do, and if you know where money's at, you can always make some. There's enough bits and bobs and pieces of trash that come here that miss most people's eyes that there's enough interest in them that you can make a tidy profit.
Ain't that the truth? How much for this? Slides over the clothes.
A bit of a fine older make and styling. You see, oh, Triv, you managed to get them to color code it. I'm mighty impressed with you.
Do we have anything other than brown? Is,
I mean, sure, there's maroon, there's purples, a bit more puke greens if you're looking for it. I think there's a few yellow spotted. There's a bit more checkerboards. I remember there's this one white and blue hat that's somewhere buried within the mess.
The terrace. That terrace just sighs.
maybe something in the back.
I mean, if you wish to, you're free to look through the bins. There's more than enough things that get tossed into there that something may have gotten mixed up into it. But I mean, if you want something that's going to actually look put together, this is going to be your best bet. I don't do like full outfit design. That's not my call in life. I am simply a humble merchant.
For your hospitality.
A terrace is just
Safi,
going to shake her head. Sorry.
Safi, make a perception check for me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, finally. Perception, math,
Good
23.
roll.
23. You would see that within the eyes of the kind of the toothed reptilian skull on their in their hand, there is a bright red incarnadine and a brilliant emerald in the right and left sockets, respectively.
Interesting. Does that mean wait, yes it does. Never mind. Okay.
What does
cool.
it mean, Safi?
You don't know. Safi's gonna walk up and just kind of be like, "You two figuring your shit out? Hello, good sir."
Just about to pay.
Evening, fine one. Oh yeah, so for these fine bits and pieces of
I did not.
leatherwork. Where are you?
I accidentally made a history check on D&D Beyond unintentionally.
You're good.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
worry.
there's the gear. No, come back. It's like it's just travel clothes.
Just travel clothes.
Yes.
Oh,
A terrace wouldn't let Elegant
Oh,
buy
yeah.
anything fancier.
gold 5 silver.
Righto. Hands it over.
Pleasure doing business.
Safi's
And as
just
I
gonna
said-
squint.
You are free to take a perusal through the bins as you so like. While I speak to your fine friend here. I've always been an interest in the tabaxi folk of my own life.
I will take my
Safi's tail just
brown-
swishes.
I can just
Is
like,
Safi gonna get a orc partner? Is that what's happening here?
Don't worry about it.
Damn.
Don't worry about it.
Excuse
Don't worry
me.
about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't
He's
worry
just got that
about it.
riz. Listen,
Just
listen,
these clothes real
listen.
quick.
His charisma may be a 4, but that doesn't mean he don't got that riz.
You
the
got that,
negative
Riz?
the Riz that's so low it actually somehow like turns around.
Work.
Yeah, it's like a horseshoe.
Mm,
Mm-mm-mm.
the well-known horseshoe Riz.
What?
Which, well, actually, since the things have devolved a little bit, why don't we all take this moment to take a break?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Sounds
good
good.
idea.
Like half an hour.
All right.
So yes, we'll come back at 7 o'clock, and then we'll go ahead and pick up from there.
That's
15
9 for
minutes.
me. Got it.
Sounds
See ya. We're back.
Are we muted?
Aye.
We return.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Welcome back.
Mm.
All right. Well, things have also been chatty so far. Let's see if we can stir up a little bit of trouble this time around. But as we return now to the Tholin's bins, was Raya is finishing up his purchases over at the blacksmith Chapjaws. Within the shop in itself, Elegant and a terrace, like Triv kind of takes you to two of you over to the nearby bins themselves and say, hey, if you're actually looking for anything of interesting, there's usually like one or two like kind of interesting Gugas or baubles within here. I know that there's been at least a couple of common magical items that make their way through here, so maybe you can find something that'll be interesting to you.
I did actually want to do that. If I could do, let me check real quick. Could I have been ritually casting detect magic? It was something I wanted to do.
It's ritually casting tech magic means you have to kind of sit down and concentrate and cast a spell. You can't just like walk around as you're ritually cast because it takes 10 minutes to cast the spell.
Yeah, but it has a 30-foot sphere.
Correct.
So,
But yeah, so you can cast it directly before you walk in and then they kind of go through it.
okay.
There are a number of items that would magically light up.
Okay.
Um,
What
which
schools am I getting?
you're getting conjuration, evocation. You're getting kind of a mix of everything. And there's
Okay.
one item that will stick out to you, but I'll get to you in just a second then.
Okay.
For Yusuf, he's gonna come in, Thol, and kind of leans over the chair, the desk, and so, welcome in. Hey, we don't get many tabaxi down here. What you looking to buy? Looking to sell? We
Well,
take
I
all
mean-
talents.
I mean, currently I'm just sort of seeing if you got anything interesting, for special clientele.
Oh, there's always a few bits and bobs that we do have that are particularly interesting. I've got all sorts of different fancy gems, bits of magical gewgaws, and bits usually that are dug up by those passing through, the adventurers who think themselves that's too much to carry, so they do a quick dump off. For those in the know-how, though, we always got a few bit of select items. Why don't you come with me on the back? I'll show you.
That sounds
Absolutely.
creepy.
Just as Safi's walking, he's just gonna catch one of the other two's eyes and just give him a little bit of a wink, and his tail is going swish, swish, swish behind him as he's following.
Oh.
Oh,
Ateris is
Slut.
giving
Sorry.
a knowing smile and just kind of returning to what she's doing, which is mostly just making sure Alec doesn't fall over.
All right. So for you, again, to point out with your detect magic, there's a number of different gewgaws and bits and pieces. You find a cloak that's giving off energy. You find a slight spell book. You find a key. You find what looks to be like a fishing pole. A set of boots. What looks to be a stuffed owl bear. A pouch containing looks to be like small kind of gem like crystals that have a slight warmth to them. What looks to be a mug. Looks to be a potion that is filled with looks like bubbles. An odd metal container that has kind of a screw top to it. A wooden ring that's stained with green and red and blue paint. What looks to be a jar of pomade, and then what looks to be a dormant, almost like large rocky seed of some kind.
Okay. I would like to. What school of magic am I getting off the cloak?
Off the cloak, you are getting conjuration.
Conjuration. Okay. Are any of these put behind are these any of these set in
Nope. These are
place
in
of,
the bins. They're
okay.
they're kind of in the bins, all kind of and the bins are full of all sorts of different Like one of the reasons you're able to identify all of these is because of your detect magic spell.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's probably like a good 100 or so items in each bin.
Okay. I will as Allegan is kind of casting detect magic, he's just like concentrating and flipping like a small stone in between his hands as he's just like, okay. And just leans over as if he's like kind of leaning into a terrace to have them take their weight. That cloak.
Yeah, sure. Triv kind of pulls it out and it has a kind of this nice, almost like kind of like drifting airiness to it. But it seems like it's a little bit dirty and dusty, but looks like it holds its weight well. Doesn't look like it's been marred with mold or mildew or chewed on by rats.
Is there anything special about the boots? Do they have like any design into them that might, I don't know, clue me in? Also, what school of magic are the boots?
The boots themselves are primarily leather. They have they do have like leather straps on them as well as and around the foot and around the calf itself. They are fur topped and they have look to be dwarven runes on the front of them that where there have been plates of metal bolted or like screwed onto the heel and to the toe. The magic you're getting for them is hold on a second. Transmutation from those.
Okay.
Which go ahead for that one. Actually, go make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Because you might recognize the rune.
Okay.
This is a disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Yes. Come on. Do right by me. Do right by me. Oh, I wanted that 19. It's a 12 though.
12 I'll say is enough because it is technically a second level spell. You would recognize that the rune that's embedded into these allows an individual to cast the knock spell once a day.
Okay. Do I get any like whiff of magic off of either the proprietor or Triv?
Off of the proprietor, lots. Off of Triv, no. Triv, actually no, I take it back. Triv you definitely see has a hidden magical dagger in at least like for the like in one of their boots.
Okay.
But for the proprietor, there's definitely warding spells or at least warding magic on him, and his arm and the skull is magical. That one, the skull is particularly evocation magic.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Would I kind of lean over and kind of subtly whisper to a terrace to grab the spell book, and I'm going to attempt to distract Triv.
I could just buy it for you.
I do not want to buy it yet. I just want to see what's in it, but I do not want them to know I'm looking at it.
Do you want me to look at it?
Why don't we switch? You distract Riv. I will look at
Terrace is gonna like walk over. A little confused, but doing as instructed, and just going to be like, You want to see my new pet?
Crave like kind of looks you up and down and says like, you know, you're like 30 years older than I am, right? We really shouldn't be having a conversation like that.
Look, I'm not comfortable with this
Good
either, but I've got to
Lord.
waste some time.
But do you actually have a pet, or is you just that just a use for
It's going to cast the
you
Find
have a pet, are
Familiar
you just happy
spell
to see me?
Oh my god.
that that Elegant taught her and summon her magpie.
Trevor's actually surprised. Oh, that's. I was expecting something a lot different. Does he do tricks? Usually wizards aren't the only one. You're not a wizard, are you?
The wizard taught me.
That one, and
Mhm.
she like. Well, at least he seems useful.
Um,
And they do the tricks. And you, so I will have you go make a deception check with advantage.
what do you want them to say? So fun fact about Australian magpies, they can actually be taught to speak. So
Hobble knocker.
sort of just nods at the magpie that's sitting on her hand, like aiming Triv away from Allegan, and has him mimic that. And you said
Yeah.
deception? I suck at
Yes,
deception.
deception with advantage.
Oh, thank you for advantage. Thank you for advantage. 19.
Successfully, like Trevor, like actually becomes enamored and like, then at this point in time starts just giving the bird like a whole list of different swear words and things that.
I love Trib.
For you, Elegant, no, that does allow you to successfully go and inspect the spell book.
That's the book. What
The
is
book-
in it? I'm
nothing.
gonna just not. There is nothing, but it's wait. However, I there are no spells
Oh,
in it, correct?
There are no spells in it. However, the book is giving off an aura of abjuration magic.
Abjuration. Midge is forgetting what abjuration does.
Protection.
Okay, could it possibly be? Could be hiding the text, maybe,
Or it could
is it
protect
really
whatever you write in there.
also good? Yes. But it is filled with arcane paper. How many pages?
It is a spell book, so it is a book at this point, so 250 pages.
250 pages of arcane paper, you say? Shit.
Is that in canon?
It is now. Hmm. Right here. Want them to know how much I want this. I tucks it in with like the other like things to purchase.
Okay. All right. Anything else about this? Is anything else that you're looking for at the point?
I wanted to know about the painted ring.
So picking up the ring in itself, it's a fairly interesting kind of like little gewgaw at this point in time. It's made of wood. It seems like it's stained with different kind of colors at this point in time with paint. And as you kind of run your thumb on it, it seems like the paint smears a little bit and then fades off, but and those same colors shift and blend together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like it acts like a color wheel.
Oh, I like this.
And that has the magic of conjuration on it.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like the gems are gonna be too expensive. As much as I want them.
Hold on, let me get the. So here, I'll get you all some pictures of this stuff.
Okay. I can I at least know what is like what school of magic the gems are, even if I were probably not in the wheelhouse to afford them.
The gems themselves are those will be evocation.
Okay.
I'll say this: none of them have a particularly strong field of magic, except for the seed. That one's
Oh,
interesting.
that was the last one that I
The
wanted
last
to
one.
look at.
That the seed in itself is both. It has a very strong magical aura to it, but it also feels dormant.
Okay. And it I'm gonna like look over to Triv and be like, you really should clean up around here. There is like random shit on the ground.
Yeah, but then Thulin tells me he wants everything at this point. It's part of the way at this point for people to actually have to keep things more well out of the way and keep clean things up as best as it is. But most people folks don't care, and those who do come looking through it still pay well enough. So it's his choice, not mine.
All right.
Okay, here I can use this one.
I'm gonna do I steal it? Fuck.
Is Allegan going to do a theft?
It's not the first time.
So
Okay.
so I'm gonna drop this into general. Actually,
Okay.
I'll just drop this into the voice chat then. So the owl bear stuffed owl bear is the one that's on the left. It's the purple one.
Oh, you're putting it in our chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Adorable.
The ring is.
I want the Tarask.
Well, the owl bear is the only one that's there,
I
unfortunately.
know.
That's the ring.
Okay.
Then yeah, there are boots. There are the crystals. Which are all sorts of different kind of like bright, vibrant hues.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of like casually walk over to a terrace and just be like, yeah, I need to put Tetris in their pockets to throw away later. And I'm gonna put the seed in their pocket.
Make a sleight of hand check.
I'm not being subtle about this. I'm
okay.
just like I am trying I
Gotcha. I misunderstood. I thought you were
I
being.
don't know if this would be deception to be like, I'm acting casual, that this is not important.
That would yes be indeed be deception, as to attempt to not draw particular.
Okay. With how often I let Allegan into my pockets, do I know what Allegans are doing?
I would say you've been around Allegan long enough that you get the feeling that they're trying some underhanded shit.
You fucker. You fucker. So the first one was a natural 20.
Okay.
Which I can't take.
Nope.
But the second one was a 19 plus. I don't even think I have anything. I had 1, so dirty 20.
You were able to not draw attention to it.
I could have been. That's fine. I'm very eepy. and then I will take the rest of our purchases to the front. The boots, the ring, and the
All right.
yeah, the boots, the
Then at that
ring, and the
point,
cloak.
could I have everyone deafen while I speak
Oh
to
god damn it,
Safi?
Safi.
Okay.
I keep getting
Where's
special
my button?
moments.
No, that's. Sorry, I'm losing. I can't find my defa button. What the fuck? There it is. Found it.
Uh,
There it is. Hi there, Fox.
howdy.
Howdy. So Thulin takes you into the back room at this point in time, and it walks you through a second door and then down a set of steps real quick.
Yep, Safi follows.
Takes you into
quickly
kind of like this
behind.
this small like underground warehouse where you can see that there are many different like boxes and crates, all very well and meticulously packaged up and kept together. You can see a number of these very things that are much finer in nature that have been kind of prepped and kept together and either salvaged in some way, shape, or form, either waiting for transportation in some way, shape, or form. It's like, well, hello. I didn't know, but at least we had some notification of your coming.
Yeah, listen, I didn't expect to really be out this way so soon. I was given this job quite literally like 5 days ago. I'm traveling with a bunch of fucking civvies. I can't really let them know about these things, so I hope you don't mind. They probably think we're fucking. Safi's gonna kind of
Oh, I
mess up
don't
his fur a
mind.
little bit.
I've always been. And he takes like kind of this thumb and licks it, and like just like gives you a long kind of cowlick up like to the middle. And, like,
Perfect.
I'm not one. I'm used to keeping things on the low. What can we do
Thanks.
for you? Full and at your service.
Well, honestly, I don't have that much to trade on me. I don't think. DM, I'm not sure if I have like anything on me to trade.
Well, trade also in terms of like information or otherwise, and things like that, which also counts. Like, his information is always acceptable. Or as well, and you also know that your group does also deal in favors, or favors now, or favors to be owed.
Okay. Okay. So listen. Part of my job is I gotta watch the redhead, the wizard. I need him to stay asleep tonight while I do a little bit of snooping. Do you have something that'll put him to sleep? He's human, so like, you know.
Shouldn't be too much, too difficult. Do have a bit of drow poison available if that works for you.
So long as it doesn't hurt him.
No, that's just more. Well, drow poison will be more to knock one unconscious. If you want something that's a bit more of the fully sleepy nature kind of have a real deep sleep. Might I suggest this? And he goes over to one side and kind of opens up a side panel and comes out with a slight tincture of what looks to be a slightly like bluish, like almost like this bluish purple hue to it. Like it's almost like a powdered flower. This is known as Dreamweep. It makes sure that one's sleep is extra deep. But
Sounds
at least for
good.
those who are a bit more of a lucid dreamer during that evening. It's used by different sages, monks, and the like to really fully embrace that astral realm.
Yeah, this man already has far too many very dangerous ideas. I don't need him to get anything special from the astral planes.
Well, it's not about that. It's more they own discover their own beliefs and ideas, and then maybe get them at that point in time to experience them a bit more fully real and similar. But if you want, I have do things that are a bit more quiet. Give me just a moment. But in the meantime, is there anything else? If we are speaking in terms of trade, You say you don't have anything to sell as persuasion. When's the next time you and your group are heading up to Dapplegate?
The DM, that's like the next
Yeah, you guys are
stop
going
or
from
something?
here,
Yeah,
you're heading back up.
perfect. Yeah, that's literally as soon as we're done with the stuff in this lovely little town, we'll be heading over to Dapplegate. What you need?
I have a client up there who takes a bit of an interest in some of the more tasty or tasteful bits and pieces of art from the older folks out here that at least once were. And my job is to restore a bit of chunks of them, and he's the one who actually really puts the final touches on them. It's not really those for the prudish crowd to see, you mean. And the churches might have a bit of a fuffle up in their knickers.
Those religious types.
So if you could do me the favor then, if I provide you these goods, if you then were to deliver them to me, mate.
Consider it done.
Much obliged. I'll give you the details once you're all fully ready to go. Don't need any extra information out.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, I'm fucking picking up your accent. Fuck. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'll come maybe in a day or two. We got a couple of jobs here in town, so we'll be here. I'll sneak by closer to when we're actually gonna be heading out.
Beautiful.
right.
Let me see. So it's drought poison. That's blood. Ulcer fumes. Green color poison.
Honestly, drop poison would probably just be the best because it's just like a dead, dreamless sleep, and that's
no. This is the one you want, and he offers. He offers it to you. This one you want. The drug poison they have to ingest or by injury, and you can't be through sunlight. But essence of ether. That essence of ether, that's the one that they get a bit of a good whiff of it in a tea or otherwise. That they might be ones to really have a good lazy sleep. It knocks him out for a full solid 8 hours.
good. He needs the sleep anyways.
All right, well then that, and he will pass you a single. He'll pass you 2 doses of essence of ether.
Ooh.
Anything else I can
Doses of
provide?
Essence of essence of ether, right?
Yeah, ETHER.
Yeah. Awesome. And in return, I gotta give something to a guy in Dapplegate.
You were delivering a
Essentially?
crate of smutty pictures
Spectacular.
to a client of his.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bring smut to Dapplegate. Excellent. No, I currently that's everything I need. I will probably be stopping by every once in a while. And with the whole, he kind of gestures to the sort of like moosed around fur, and he kind of is rumpling his clothes as well. It's just like, I think the others won't exactly have any issue if I stop by.
He pops like one side of his collar. It's like, give me a good scratch on the neck, why don't you?
Yeah, I got you. He's gonna leave it light, but still just enough that maybe it draws a tiny bit of blood.
Right. So, right. Pleasure doing business as always.
And you. I'm gonna shove the bottles down my shirt.
All right, and you takes you back up.
Mm-hmm. We summon the others. You do in the chat. I'll do in general.
My God, we need to fix this at one point.
Fix what?
Damn well it is. Don't worry about it.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Oh. Okay. So, how was plotting our demise?
I wasn't plotting your demise. I was getting fucked.
Sus.
So are they coming out now then?
For a minute.
We are just waiting for Corbin to return, so I will message them in again.
Also, are we
Chat-
talking about
chat can attest.
metaphorical or like you just like break it up on the table? I don't know.
You're about to fucking see. You're about to see whether or not it was metaphorical.
Oh, are we about to enter combat? Like, what's about to happen?
Oh yes, Safi, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, fun.
Oh God,
What?
That could be either or, actually.
Oh my god, and I rolled a 3. Constitution saving throw. I got a 5.
I'm sorry, you have to do a what now?
I gotta do a con save.
Oh, that's fun.
This is fine.
This
This
is
is fine.
fine.
So as like for a terrorist and Allegan are finishing up with the kind of perusal thing, there's a few more kind of like you can hear what sounds like kind of like heavier footsteps as coming out of the back row. You can see Safi a little bit kind of out of breath, like kind of thick, kind of like heavy, like kind of wiping a little bit of like kind of side of their fur back to the side at this point in time, pushing down a little bit of kind of extra ruffles here and there, but definitely a little bit must. Followed after by Thulin, who's kind of like straightening his belt and kind of like you can see like a thick, none of the heavy, but definitely kind of a scratch mark on the side of his neck. And
The fuck? Did you actually?
Can a terrace roll insight?
on who?
On both of them.
Sure thing.
Go for it.
You
Brian
need me to
and
roll
Corbin are
separately
still just
or just one for both?
in the forge, right?
We'll just you two will be just finishing up as the group is about to come out and back out.
Okay.
Go. This is one for both because it's like spur of the moment.
17.
17. Hold me just a second here.
It's more focusing on they look the part, but a terrace has been around long enough that, especially around Safi, that she's wondering if this is something else.
As far as you can tell, something certainly happened and occurred.
Okay.
Sus.
A terrace is just going to nod. So, can we pay for this stuff and head off? I'm eager to get to the commissary.
Yeah,
Oh, you all
totally.
found what you're
Sorry,
looking for.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he
Please,
just kind of walks out.
let me conduct my business with these.
Yeah,
Wonderful
no, of
customers.
course. I'm so sorry for interrupting. I will see you later. He's gonna get out.
It gives you a
He's gonna
wide smile.
walk. He's gonna Safi's gonna give a little wave, and he's gonna start walking back
Riv,
to the blacksmith.
never underestimate the need and necessity for a good client business partner relationship. Triv just kind of like, oh,
She's a child. Don't say that.
A terrace is rolling her eyes and distracting Triv with the bird.
he seems pretty unfaithful, but just gag. But yeah, so for you, Elegant, you kind of coming up to the
A pair of clean boots and a coat.
oh,
Impressive.
very well enough. Well, clean boots, coat, anything else?
Yes, this journal.
Journals, drawing yourself. Thing. Oh, these are always really good. You can like do all sorts of bits to them and like light them on fire, dunk them in water. They keep all they don't spill their ink or anything like that. You can't even rip the pages out.
See.
Oh, let's see. So you found Trev, they find these in the bins? Yep. All right, so that's 50 gold a piece. So 150 for the three of them.
You open to some kind of trade deal?
Depending on what's being offered. Your friend certainly made an excellent business proposition.
Oh, gross.
Ooh.
The terrace is going to grit her teeth. I'm afraid I am full up on partners at the moment. But
Fine.
what has she-
Full
Can
up
I-
of partners
can
at
I-
the
can-
moment.
I
Can I
have
just say,
a set
Safi-
of
Safi would have
skills
prob-
that are more of the killing type.
I could
What were you saying, real quick, Fox?
I would have said, Safi would have said to Dylan of just like, yeah, those fuckers I'm traveling with, be nice to them.
This could very well be him being nice.
gross.
Honestly, valid.
Killing time is not really much of my purview here, unless you're looking for just bringing back bits and pieces of monsters. But most of those baubles and bits. But I'm always one for
I mean, I'm
looking
off
for.
on a hunt for an Urtaluk in the morning. Perhaps I could find something during that.
Oh, Yugs always usually have not necessarily in themselves much use. They're more disease-ridden beasties, but they usually end up piling about a bunch of different, like, not almost a self-same form of a horde and stuff that's filled with different refuse and garbage. If you find any
Exactly.
interesting bits or trinkets in there that you're willing to trade, put you down for an IOU. That sound fair?
Sounds
What about
fair to me.
a reasonable discount for saving your employee?
Looks
Can't
over
be
at Triv.
bad with that.
Triv, they worth the discount? Triv kind of looks yeah, they're all right. All right, fair. Then let's say. So you got 3 things from the bins already.
4, and I got put 3 down.
4 then. Well, then you got 4. Then you can take 1 more for free.
What if
Alright.
we do 3 and then 1 for free?
Nope.
Well,
Then it's even 200 gold. Then at that point in time,
sounds fair. Look,
look, at least 4.
Whether
Then
I-
at the point in time, I'm moving stuff off on profit. You're getting an extra. Get your thing a bit and bobble.
whether we find anything of use or not, we're getting paid when we bring back this beastie. We'll have a bit extra cash. I can put 100 down as my down payment.
Nice to see a woman who knows the business side of things. What's your name? Thulin. And he holds out this kind of like this saurian claw of a hand.
A terrace. And shakes it.
Kind of like very lightly grabs it, just like shakes it up and down.
Her firm is a bit her grip is a bit firmer than she would normally use for a handshake.
There's
She's using her ex paladin grip.
right. It's like all right, so well, fair enough. 100 gold down now. So for the 4 items, and then you get to pick a 5th for free.
Can we decide on something on the way back? I'd like to take this and clean it first.
Which one are you talking about?
Do not know which one my 5th will be. It's just going to take these and grabs the ring, the boots.
If you were just like walking off as it was, I would say no. But since your friend already put down 100 gold, and Triv's spoken for you, I'll believe you. Yeah, sure, why not?
Just
Appreciate it.
grabs all of this stuff.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you. See you early tomorrow.
I'll see you in the morning when we return from our hunt.
All right. Okay, so the 2 of you depart out and head. Well, now following after Safi. You were heading over, at which point in time the group reconvenes in the town square itself, and you all are heading down towards the commissary.
Woo.
Ateris
Friend
is
boy.
keeping Sathu with her. I think Sathu would be perched on her shoulder at this point.
All right. Which one you all head back to the commissary and stuff, and you can see now there's a much more warm light coming from inside this one time. And as you open it, you can see that there's the smell of warm scent of like spices and like roasted vegetables and like lightly charred like kind of just grains just kind of wafting through the door. It's
Fun.
like garlic and like you smell garlic and like a little bit of like caramelized sugars and like different like paprika and cumin, coriander, all sorts of different like wonderful spices.
Ooh, delicious.
You could see like from the back, like kind of like just looking over the edge of the counter, you would see the kind of this one woody mossy arm waving a ladle as you all enter on in, like just the tip of their head, like kind of with the iron pots hanging off one side, kind of peeking over bright yellow eyes within the darkness of their face.
That startles Corbin, and he jumps a little bit. It's like, what the?
Friends, welcome. Food?
Sure.
Please.
Okay.
Corbin, meet
So-
Thedicians. Thedicians, this is Corbin.
Hi. Sure.
That's fair reaction.
As you will enter on in. And what were you saying beforehand, D?
Oh no, I just said Corby.
Corby.
Oh no, yeah, the fucking nicknames.
As you all come and enter on in, there's something kind of this like warm, almost like kind of like homey feel to it now. Like as you come to enter on in, there's this the kind of this place of respite, where Thirshins now comes out a few moments later. As you all take your seats at one of these low sitting tables. Bowls of stew, like not bowls of stew, but like kind of plates of like freshly roasted vegetables that have like kind of this blackened char on them, like just tossed like different like different spices, and you see ones that are of this like kind of these flowers that are filled with this almost kind of this like tofu like or cheese like kind of mixture in the interior of them, that but it's at that point in time that gives off this faint like kind of silky sweetness to it, a little bit of honey drizzled on the very top that has been roasted, and kind of along with a little salt and pepper. You have another dish that kind of set out of these like freshly like charred carrots that have this glaze of sugar and caramel and cinnamon in and around them. Another one comes out where it's cauliflower that's been roasted in olive oil that has this like turmeric and paprika and a little bit of cayenne like tossed around there, has more spice and heat to it.
If we ever do merch, we need to put out a Thedicians cookbook. Holy fuck.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Illustrated Bittershins cookbook.
Oh,
Welcome, friends. Happy am I to see you all again.
It's
good to see you too, friend.
Nice to meet you.
What is name? I know Safi and Rai and Ali and Ari.
Do you not mean Kitty?
Now listen here.
Practicing.
I'm Corbin.
And I appreciate.
Ulmo helped, but can say Kitty if want.
No. Safi's good.
My name is Corbin, yes.
Corby.
Or Bean?
That works too.
Corbin.
Bean.
Bean.
Sure.
I have. And you see he kind of like wanders back and comes back out with a kind of like a small bowl that has like succotash, which has like kind of these slow stewed like black-eyed peas and beans with
Mm.
tomatoes and bell pepper and a little scallion on top, garlic, shallot, and offers it to you. Bean?
Sure.
This
They
is
proffer
making
it up
me
to you.
hungry.
You could take it and it's like, do I eat it? I assume I eat it, right?
Go ahead.
Ateris
then he
is
eats
like
it.
stuffing her face with food.
Eat. Nom nom.
Yeah, everything that he makes is vegan. So,
Interesting.
but yeah, it tastes really good.
I would
Ooh.
like to tap the terrace on the shoulder, but as I'm doing that, just reach into their pocket where I put that seed. I am getting garbage out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I will take the seed and I will hold it up to Thittershins.
Addition, they kind of cock their head to it back and forth.
Do you know what this is?
Moat heart.
Do I know what a moat heart is? Or
Make an Arcana check
okay,
at disadvantage.
of course. Diddly diddly do.
Ateris isn't mentioning anything.
You're gonna
She
rob
will,
me again? I'm taking a picture of this.
She will speak to Elegant later about his
You are
theft.
robbing me, sir.
I think this is like the third one, like natural 20 roll that I've robbed you of, like with disadvantage.
That's
We should long rest.
I
Yeah.
really need a nap. Okay, that was a 16 plus 8 is 22. Yeah? No,
16 plus
20.
8 is 24.
24. I can math.
The heart bit you're not sure of, but moat. The moat heart together makes you think of, you've heard stories in different places of especially when magic was much more young, or in places where it's much more alive and carved with in primordial, of floating islands of earth and trees and that have been that move through the sky and have their own life force to them. And
Alright.
what you're guessing from what they mean by moat heart is that this is either is or was a core, the thing that actually powered or gave power to cause one of these motes of earth to fly.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Funky.
Gotcha. Thank you. Can you tell where it is from? I do not know if this is insensitive to ask, because you are a plant and this is a plant. So,
Do you offer it out to it?
if you take this, you will not activate it, correct?
It shakes its head back and forth.
Give it this. Give them the little seed pod.
You see them at this point, and they kind of like look as they kind of reach out and take it at this point in time and grasp it. Hold on.
Oh, DM's making rolls.
Uh-oh. He says.
As they reach out for the seed in itself and kind of grasp it, you would see that, to kind of like take a look at it. You would see, all of you would feel is kind of this faint, as like this breath of like wind through the trees, just
Oh.
out and around. And you would hear this creaking groan of wood as the form of Federshin begins to splinter suddenly as the
Oh.
seed vibrates,
I did it.
and you hear this faint, almost like shriek of splitting wood as you
Did you
see
just
all
kill
of the
him?
wood in the greenery around Federshin's just wilts, and the yellow eyes vanish.
You
of
fucking killed
Federshin's,
him.
Did
Oh
you just
my
kill
God.
him?
and
You
they
fucking
fall
killed him.
lifeless to the floor.
Fucking killed him.
What?
How the fuck? I just met him and you killed him.
What?
I will grab that seed.
It is warm and feels like it has a heartbeat.
Oh my god, it
And
didn't
I'll
kill
like
him.
try to grab his fallen body. Olam, Scheiße. I
You see the faint blue spark is gonna come flickering over to you.
Olam, this was an accident.
You
I
hear this faint wail as they kind of like spin around Olam, or around Federshins, and kind of like you see these faint kind of droplets of water as you can see growth trying to come back on top of his form, and before it
he
Raya would step forward. The seed the seed looked much
seed-
different.
yeah, the seed when it first like pulled out looked desiccated and dead as a doornail. Looking at it now, there's vibrant, almost green and yellow growth
Mhm.
beginning to appear on it.
Mhm.
And
So
a very
Ra-
almost like faint feel of a heart.
So
Federshin's went into the
Raya
seed.
would just look at it, think for a very long time, and doctor, can I
Can a
What?
terrorist do a nature check?
may I have the
Yes.
seed?
I do not know if that is a good
May I
idea.
have this?
The last person I gave it to is dead. So
If
And Corbin
Doc?
just grabbed the seed from both of them. Like,
no,
just as they're arguing, he just grabs it.
no.
Then, and then I will have then if the three of you are going together, then could I have anyone go make a contested athletics check
I'll
I'm
do
guessing this
athletics.
is- can
or
I-
acrobatics if you're looking for you, Allegan. You can use your
Oh, I'm
acrobatics if you're
better at
No,
acrobatics. Can I do acrobatics instead?
no, because you're attempting to grab it.
Okay.
For Allegan, you can use acrobatics if you're attempting to just
Okay.
like, kind of keep it away.
And I sleight of hand.
No, because sleight of hand is more like very deceitful. Kind of like this is like an outward, like just trying to grab it quick.
Okay. So mine was athletics, right?
Yes, for you and for Ryan and for Corbin, it's athletics. For
Okay.
For Allegan, it can be the athletics, or it can be acrobatics. Just a
Okay.
moment.
that is
For
the
Yuko.
third one, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Sorry, no. So that's number 4 because the previous session.
Oh yeah.
For you, Terrace, you would
Raya's not
know.
rolling. Raya's
You
not
would
doing
know.
this.
Gotcha. For you, Terrace, you would know that wood woads and bog woads are creatures that mirror the ecosystem and that they come from. That they are creatures that are imbued with the life force and energy of that particular place. And for many of them, life is a transference of energy and of the continuation of growth in life. It is not too far outside the realm of possibility that Thittershins did or did not die, but could very easily have, instead of being trapped in or like kept in their form as a wood or bogwood and are now existing as perhaps the seed to something bigger or greater.
Can a terrace interrupt the scuffling that is currently happening beneath the panicked
In a moment.
sprite that's flying around?
Yeah.
What is the so like what were the totals?
7.
7, and for you, Corbin,
I got 10.
a 10. So you're not able to like outright grab it. You're able to grab and hold on to it, and now like firmly in your grasp. And the alligator at this point in time is like holding on to it desperately.
Not.
I don't trust you with this thing anymore.
It's more along. If you would let me finish, I think it's like I think that might be, and this is might be just being weird. Could that be citizens?
Maybe I.
The
I need a
terrace.
moment with
Now you may interrupt. As the scuffle's going on.
Enough. A terrace is going to place a hand on Raya's shoulder. If I am correct in my line of thinking, Raya is potentially correct. He is not dead, he is in the seed.
Makes sense.
If you place the seed in his body, perhaps it will reanimate. If not, then I would suggest perhaps we find somewhere to place Fidishins where he can regrow.
All right.
I'll try to wrench my hand out of Corbin's.
He just lets it go. So they let it go and Elegant can hold on to it.
I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to put the seed in Fiddershins and see if it like reactivates.
Reanimate.
Operation.
Necromancy of plant.
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
Can I aid
Let's
this
see
in any way?
Can I give
Yes.
Bardic Inspiration?
Yes.
Oh, Bardic. Okay, that's helpful.
And
So
the
this
terrace
would
can indeed help you with
balance-
this.
Okay, so it would balance it out, so I only have to roll once.
Yes.
What's your Bardic, Corbin?
1d6.
1d6. Okay. We love a 6. Okay, so that is total. Popping over to skills, medicine. That's plus 5. So total 6 plus 5 plus 12 is
That's 23.
22? 23. 23.
6 plus 5 plus 12 is 23. Yes.
Yes.
All right. This is a question for you, Elegant. Are you imbuing any of your own magic with this?
Can I make an Arcana check to see if that's a good idea?
You know that you hold in your hand a significant seed that does have heavy arcane and naturally magical properties. It could be good or it could be bad. There's no role for this, so you have to make the choice of whether or not if this is a split second of either do it or not. Because you are feeling the seed enter into the body.
I will cast. I don't have any spells left is the issue, except for message, dancing lights, and prestidigitation. So I guess dancing lights. He'll kind of do that same muttering and just like smear a little bit of crushed glowworm in between his fingers and smear it
Do you
on,
want
like,
to let me put it this way?
the-
Do you want to attempt to sacrifice any of your vital essence to aid this?
Oh,
Oh,
Don't
Like,
do that.
Oh.
permanently? Because I do have a question, and I don't know if there will be consequences. Well, of course, there is going to be consequences. I'm wondering if I could do something with my tattoo.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Oh
Stop
my god.
doing that.
I
Stop
do have
it.
already
Get
a
me
point of
out.
exhaustion, but I don't know if it'll be worth it. But I also don't. Um.
Ateris is going to place a hand on Thinnershins while this is happening,
Uh-huh.
and is going to siphon some of herself into it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
Well, as you're about to do this, and again, as you're kind of like debating over this, like kind of back and forth here, see Terrace's hand kind of touch down and then kind of at this point and
Yeah.
lay their hand against the side of Thershin's bark, and as C kind of sinks into the body of Thershin's, there's Terrace. You can feel this heavy jab in the middle of your palm. Roll me hit dice,
Okay. Which hit dice?
as in your hit dice.
D8 or D6? Because I've got two.
DH, because this would be your range.
Range. I'm gonna laugh if you're using an Ateris route to stab her. That's a 5.
5. So you take 5 points of damage.
It's +4 if you're counting my bonuses.
Nope. This is a straight 5.
Okay.
And so as you kind of step your hand down, this root kind of pierces up through your palm, and you can see, and the rest of you see now as this root punches up and then out through the back of a Terrace's hand.
Oh.
Barbs on the other side, like almost like a kind of like spreading out and then almost harpooning out for the blossoming out like a grappling hook, like shunk, and then holding it in place as it draws and drains blood from a Terrace at this point in time.
Oh,
Ateris
And there's
What are you?
hissing. But
in
keep
a
still.
Terrace, for you, there is this moment of interest in that because you're used to your blood being very sulfurous and almost having this blackish hinge to it. But where it's come into contact with this root, it almost sparks and has these motes of green and gold in them
Ooh.
for a moment, and it like kind of loses out from that, almost as if it's being purified partially.
Hmm.
And before the root retracts at the point, like the tines like folding back up and back out into the body, and you can hear this creaking groan as the wood shifts and shudders and kind of stretches and groans, and limbs begin to lengthen. The roots begin to kind of like patch themselves together as as fresh growth begins to erupt out from the body of Thinnershins, shaking and shivering and groaning. Hmm. Terrace, roll me, just flip me a coin, or roll a d20. Like so, odds or evens.
Oh, okay. Odds.
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 The
don't
form of the
fuck
figure,
me.
right? We have a 13. All right, so male or female?
Oh God.
What?
Flip. Female.
Female. Uh, the body of Fittershins at this point in time, the limbs begin to elongate and narrow. They become much more like flesh, although they retain that woody texture and coloration to them. There's still this faint like green coloration from the different like moss and like and ivy as it's kind of covering different parts and pieces of them. But chest begins to develop, and within a few, almost like minute or so, a figure is lying on the floor. There's almost this grassy, mossy carpet of a floor at this point in time of this commissary, with where you can see kind of that seed like within a kind of a patchwork, like crisscrossing root network of like within their chest, almost like beating with a brilliant green gold light and the occasional tinge of red passing through it from Ateris's blood. But hair and long, not a dryad wholly, but pretty close. But you see a very, very pretty, what can only be described as an eladrin,
Oh,
but made of
shit.
wood,
What?
Oh.
but lying nude, and except for covering from different features of plants on this floor, asleep.
Convenient censoring. Convenient censoring.
Convenient censoring.
We're keeping it Twitch safe.
Ateris is going to cough
cloak.
and lay her cloak over
Yeah.
the body.
Well, we have the new cloak.
What the fuck? Do you just have a new kid now? What the fuck was that?
fuck?
Does this
Just-
make us wait? Are we parents? What the fuck just happened?
I know the parents.
It's time
Did
for
we just
Riot
have
to
a
leave.
Fae
She has seen
child? What the
everything.
fuck?
And I think that's a great
no
place to leave
idea.
off until next time.
Is that the last thing Ateris hears? It's just, are you parents now? and then Alec and are we parents? I think Ateris is flushed like red in the face.
No.
I love that.
No. Oh my god.
Well,
That's
oops,
insane.
it's a baby.
Whoopsies.
Suddenly adult child.
Thank you all very
Oh.
much for this session of And We Went Out Roving. We didn't rove very far, but we certainly roved in a lot of different ways.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god.
Certainly a lot of baby making going on in this episode.
God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit. There's
Well,
art
It
we need to
hasn't
do
even
now.
been a day. It hasn't even been a few hours.
No,
Panic.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome to the weirdness.
I know, I knew it was gonna be weird. I'm just okay. Okay.
Everything is fine. Everything is cool.
Uh,
We're fine.
So, that was a thing.
That
Yeah.
You
certainly
couldn't have
happened.
waited
Happened.
until Ateris asked for the Ateris fruit.
Oh my gosh.
That happened.
God.
Mistakes
child now.
may have
Oh.
been made.
There's other shit that did though, like that. What the fuck did it do to my blood?
I don't know.
I think it's
What do you mean
your
by
blood
different
is now.
reasons? DM.
I
there's a lot
genuinely,
there.
I genuinely think its blood is your blood now. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
No, but
it
the
life.
issue is
purification process.
it was purifying my blood though. It was taking the infernal out
Because
of
it's
my
plant.
blood.
Well, yeah, but I want to know because that actually has stuff to do with what I'm trying to figure out.
Story shit.
Yeah, there's some stuff there. I wonder, can it give consent to give blood if it was just born?
No.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
Ateris will not let you steal
I just realized.
the blood from her now apparent second child. What?
Hey,
Your,
I'm like
first
kind
thing.
of the dad, so I don't know. Look,
I just
this is a
realized that.
co-parent situation.
At least let them
What were
gain
you saying?
sentience
Hold on,
first.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
I just realized that the parent, depending on how this resurrection goes, Riot is not going to want to be here any longer.
No, that's valid.
Ugh.
Man,
Oh
I had a lot of
God.
expectations for this session. This was not one of them.
no, this is.
No,
oh my
yeah,
God.
no.
This is going. This is 2 weeks is gonna be way too long for this, man.
I thought we were gonna at least get to a long rest, but no.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
not. I thought we were
What
gonna get back to the end.
the fuck?
So I need to do new Thidishins art now.
Yes. I'm gonna be
Thidishins
doing
Yep.
some Thidishins art.
is no longer a little lad, Senshi boy. Thidishins is now hot and female.
Finishing is now.
And my child.
I
Yep.
well.
Wait, does this mean we're going to be
congrats.
forced to get married when we return to your mother and be like, oh, by the way, we
Oh,
returned with a
My
child.
goodness.
Oh yeah, we have a child now. It wasn't by sex.
We
I mean,
left them
we
in the
just kind
swamp.
of consumed blood.
All
They
of you
just
to
kind of
assume
consumed
that.
our blood.
Bold of you to assume that citizens would go with either of you.
I mean,
Yeah,
valid.
true.
Like
I'll
I
adopt
said,
them.
we
It's
left
fine.
them in the
I've
swamp.
experienced raising weird children.
With
What was
any
it?
of us.
Dream too.
Oh, Corbin did nothing wrong.
Oh no, no,
Oh,
we did
man.
nothing wrong. We just happened to be there. Oh my god.
Corbin's
Besides,
just there.
that's the
The list
shop.
of the list of things Ateris needs to talk to people about is growing, and it's been a day since we arrived. Like,
Yep.
We just need to sleep. We just need to sleep.
Ateris
This is
just
all just a bad dream.
I need
And
to
this-
speak
this
to
is-
people.
This
Nobody
is the
touch
reason why I
anything.
didn't go with it'll be. That's why I didn't go with the Awwor name for the session.
Yeah. Like nobody touch anything. Nobody talk to anybody. I don't even know if I want to identify these items yet. Because fuck knows what's gonna happen.
To be fair, it's like
Corbin
to be
just
fair,
woke
it was
up.
just to be fair, it was just it's like life happened and we just had a little bit less time than here before, so it is what it is.
Life comes at you first, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corbin just woke up.
Bad
Is
time
this
to take
what
a nap,
you meant
friend.
by like it's not yet time for me to roll PTSD dice?
No, this
Oh,
will be
good.
something
That's
else.
still to come.
Oh, it's
Fun.
still in the works. Yay. I rolled 3 natural 20s this session. And I didn't
Yeah.
get to use any of them.
You
Yeah.
really should
Uh,
take a nap before you
Yeah.
make decisions.
Yeah.
My
Sappy's gonna make you some fucking tea, and you're gonna go the fuck to sleep. And
Some
it's good.
nice
It's all
blanket
gonna be
time.
better, okay?
Let's
Yeah.
my
just
bonuses
baby
is
wizard.
really what saved my rolls
Yeah.
today. Like I was
It's
rolling
also
on the low end
better.
today.
We're gonna baby
Holy
the
shit.
Allegan.
Yeah. So
What a fucking session.
yeah. Also, in bold letters, be sure to talk to Sappy in the
Mhm.
book.
Yeah. I got
Wait,
some
what?
questions for that boy.
Don't worry about it.
People are gonna talk to Corbin too. You're all like, okay, we have this to say. We need to talk to Corbin. We have stuff we want to say to Corbin.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And, no,
There's a lot going on.
I know, and
Like I
I find
said,
it very funny.
I have a list. I need to talk to every single person, and most of you I need to speak to individually. And I'm like, when am I going to have the time to do that?
all right.
Keep getting into shit.
And it's not, and it's like most of the time, it's not even our fault.
No.
No.
How it goes.
Everything was
Ugh.
fine and dead. Everything is
Everything
fine
is
and dandy. And then everything changed when the Boner Man attacked.
I was gonna. I'm glad you and I thought the same
Boner
thing.
man.
Except I
I-
didn't think Boner Man. I was thinking when the tree attacked.
No, the tree did not attack. The tree got attacked.
Fair enough. Oh boy.
Oh dear. So oh god, I am not ready for 2 more weeks of brain rot.
I know.
Yeah.
Look, if we can,
Oh,
if we
boy.
can find a day
I
that
need
suits
to
everyone,
know.
I'd be happy with doing it weekly.
Yeah.
I wish I knew
would-
my schedule better.
Yeah.
My
Like
schedule just isn't updated yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was like just every Monday would be cool, but at the same time, that's not. Oh God, I just saw the thing said to remember, but that. Oh God, I'm
Oh,
okay. No, I'm. If I stay in here, I'm going to want to talk more. I'm gonna try
yeah.
to RP, and we're trying not to do this outside of the session
Mhm.
because there is
All right.
time.
So let's
Let's
go
get
wrap
out of
up
here.
stream then.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's wrap up.
I want to do a big thank you to everyone who has been doing art for us all, including
Yes.
the other players. But yeah, thank you for all the art you guys have been doing. I will be posting the updated art dump onto our Tumblr. Tumblr is the only place I will be posting art, simply because everything I will be coating with Nightshade and etc. But Tumblr is also safer than most of the other places.
Valid.
Not safe, but safer.
Mhm.
If you would like to see us posting about stuff, you can follow our socials. It is awwor.co. And you can find all of our socials and bits and pieces. Also, this week, no, actually not this week because DistroKid is being stupid. Next session on the 27th, we are getting a live post of the new EP that includes all of the music that you've been hearing in the breaks and the starting and ending screens. Including an additional track that you guys haven't heard that has a little bit of Latin in it.
Ooh.
That'll be exciting. I get to listen to that live, the finalized version of that after this.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys
Yeah.
can go check out Music and Things on both Spotify and on Twitch. I will give Boneless another shout out for that. He
Thank
is
you,
our
everyone, for joining
official
us.
musician. Yeah.
Woo!
I was currently typing that in Discord and not in Twitch. But yeah, go give our official musician a shout out, a follow. You can find him under Music and Tings on Spotify as well. I believe it's also linked on his Twitch. But yeah, go give his current existing album a listen. It's also very good. He posted that last year. And get excited for that Awwor EP, as well as a different EP dedicated to his wonderful wife coming out on his birthday. Which I think that one's dropping on the 23rd.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to you guys for playing alongside me, and for our wonderful DM, Ursa, for DMing this for us and putting up with our bullshit.
Oh, that's evil. I don't like that.
I haven't even gotten to really juicy bits yet. We're still here in Town Zero.
We need to get. Oh, there's so much.
We haven't even got to the good part in Town Zero yet.
I love that. I love that originally it was like, yeah, this will be like a 10 sort of short medium campaign, 10 sessions or so. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. I should have known
with
better.
this group,
Yeah, no.
we do all of the role play.
With the frizz? No way.
Aw.
Seriously.
All right.
But yeah, we will catch you guys next time. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Tell someone you love them today. And I'm gonna find someone to raid out to. I've got someone in mind.
Thank you all, everyone.
So, yeah, have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. And stay tuned while I raid over to people.
Also, if you haven't,
Ooh.
unshrimp yourself, stretch your legs,
Yes.
take some
Hydrate.
water,
Hydration.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
hydrate or die straight. Let's be real, okay?
Oh God.
Yeah. No, I know how to fucking get you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you very much for having us.
Bye.
We
Have
will
a
see
beautiful
you
time.
all in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Alrighty.
The ready to raid thing is taking a minute. I'm sorry.
No, you're
good.
good.
You're
It's going.
good.
All
going.
right, there we go. Raid off, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.